just dropped.
Oh, third, really
Uh,
great. It always got to be one. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome into the panel, to the chat today. The theme of today is clearing up the confusion. There's a lot of different things that have been going on recently in the news and in daily life, and we just want to kind of put things out there, and the information is yours to do with it what you need to do. Well, welcome back there, Ward. Okay, so meanwhile, we got a little bit of some intro music for y'all. Enjoy. Oh, wait a minute. Can can y'all hear the music?
yeah, I could
Not
hear.
really,
No.
but
Yeah, I could hear that first, but I don't know what happened.
yo, shout out to the
Okay.
chat, people that came in and support us.
Yeah, shout out. What's going on? Love, wisdom, mahogany. What's going on?
Keep on down and me. They know they should be proud and me. Yo, school up. Scalping.
Welcome, cut to the chase.
What's good, cuz, bro? That's my fan right there. What's good, cuz?
They the chains going and they ain't took one yet. And they retarded about coochie, but just go rolling. A $10,000 bounty put on my neck. I hope you didn't pay them cause they didn't have no success.
Shout out Cool J. Shout out Cool J, man.
You look oh so stressed. I think the nigga just mad cause I fucked this ex. And I'm a big
Oh
dog. He
no.
got the little boy that's
I'm
playing.
gonna
So he
ban
can
you from
find
the
a
screen.
nigga bet he can't say shit. And if you looking for the kid, I'll be in zone 6. I hear the birthday party fresh. You and your homeboy too. I know y'all see me over there with that black ball film. I brought a bit of
Facts, Water Sniper. Facts, bro.
just
You
like
already
you.
know what time it
But
is.
I never went platinum till you catch my drill. I never
Well, of course, because I will accept
like you
nothing less.
did flip.
There's a
This same shit
VIP
that
rope
got
over here.
Biggie Tupac killed. School shit. Okay. For the record, this is not a diss record. Just the truth. School shit, living legend. Oh yeah. I'm a legend. Living legend, nigga. Respect that.
And cut to the chase, I'm gonna email you because I need to upgrade my studio equipment. I'm not gonna be part of the side where they were like, no, I can just throw anything together. This is just the beginning.
Don't make me show my age, nigga. Grab a Louis Vuitton, turn it to a patty cage, nigga. I live somewhere keep it cold, and I know you still mess. My buff was fucking her while you was falling in love with her. While you didn't know the song and even smoke no bud. So I was screaming so ice and was a neighborhood nigga. Say yours my back up, cause I don't need now, nigga. What the hell was like I said, let them guns blam, nigga. To try to bring my hand with a lot of grounds, nigga. I'm just who I am, nigga, but I ain't staying down, nigga. I know it's hard for you to stick them when you killed your homeboy. You left your son to be a fast, won't even raise your homeboy.
He has defended his life last week, and now he has to defend his freedom.
Basically, what happened was, make a long story short, he visited a young lady, went over to her place. She was there, he was there. One week, she opened up the door. 5 guys running in. One of them had green tape.
Okay, that's enough of that. So, guys, welcome into the panel. So, we have a few topics available for y'all today. Hope this is something that you guys enjoy over the next hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So, we're gonna start out with their award. He's gonna talk to us a little bit about some sports. I mean, that's all y'all, because I'm gonna be over here being a girl.
Yo, peace to everybody in the chat. We appreciate y'all for coming through. We definitely got some interesting topics for you guys today. So you guys just be patient with us, and we'll go through each topic today and try to be as explanatory about each one as we can. So we appreciate y'all. So the first thing we got sports, and as you know, right now, we have tomorrow Sunday, which is NFL, football. I love me some football, basketball. I like a lot of different sports, but I say probably football, basketball tend to be my favorite sports. So tomorrow, You got some interesting games coming on. You got the Texans and Jaguars. Go Texans. You got the Giants and the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins. Now it's the Washington football team. Ravens and Colts, Lions and Vikings, Bears, Titans, Panthers, Chiefs, Seahawks, Bills. Now that game is going to be an interesting game. Both of those teams are very great defensive teams. So I want to see. I think that game is probably going to be a low-scoring game, and that game probably might come down to a field goal if I had to guess. So that should be an interesting game. You got Broncos, Falcons, Raiders, Chargers, Dolphins, Cardinals, Steelers, Cowboys, Patriots, Jets, and then the late-night game, which is the one I'm really interested in tomorrow at 8 o'clock, 8:20. You got the Saints versus the Buccaneers. You have Drew Brees versus Tom Brady. That should be interesting. They played at the very beginning of the season, week 1. New Orleans, the Saints won that round against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I think Tom Brady and the Buccaneers will be looking to get even this Sunday and tie them 1-1 to go head to head. So we'll see. Right now I'm kind of leaning toward the Bucs because they're looking real good right now. But I don't know. I might change my pick by tomorrow.
Is the Steelers still undefeated?
Yeah, the Steelers, man, they still undefeated, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. I thought this year the Steelers would be a rebuilding team because their quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, he had a horrible injury last year where he was out the whole season, and he kind of like towards like I would say him, Tom Brady and Drew Brees, they like the old guys, the old quarterbacks in the league, and they like past their prime. They on the end of their career, towards the end of their career. So I thought maybe that Ben Roethlisberger wouldn't be as good this year, and I thought the Pittsburgh Steelers would probably be, wouldn't be that good. But man, they surprised me. I mean, their team is just, talented, raw. And to be honest, to me, Ben is actually their weakest player on the team. Really, it's their defense and their O line and special teams. That's the strong point. Ben is actually probably like the weakest player on the team. But he ain't even got to do very much. All he got to do is manage not to throw the game away, and they're gonna be all right. But yeah, they still undefeated. They won a close shootout with the Ravens. Their rival last week. If you ask me, the Ravens should have won that game. Supposed to win that game, but by a late fumble by Lamar Jackson, that cost them the game really. But to me, the Ravens were supposed to win that game. They actually outplayed Pittsburgh. But when you make key mistakes late in the game, sometimes that can be the difference maker in what wins you the game and what loses you the game. So I think, that's what happened. But yeah, Pittsburgh good, and I don't see the Cowboys doing anything tomorrow. I think they're gonna get annihilated by Pittsburgh. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
How many teams is still undefeated right now?
I think Pittsburgh, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Pittsburgh might be the only one. Yeah, I agree with that, Love Wisdom. I totally agree with you on that. Yeah. I'd probably say after this year, maybe he might have one more year left, but I'm definitely after this year, maybe one more year. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, Brandon, bro, I think Pittsburgh might be the only undefeated team left. I think because I know Kansas City lost a game, Tampa has lost the Bucs have lost 2 or 3. I want to say the Green Bay has lost 2. I want to say the Titans, y'all lost maybe 2 or 3. I want to say probably 2. I think y'all lost 2. And then the Bills have lost 2 or 3. So all the good teams have lost at least one game. The only team that hasn't lost a game is Pittsburgh. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think they're gonna go undefeated, but I do think that they're gonna be a really good team. And whoever got to play them first round in the playoffs, I feel sorry for them. So we'll see what happens.
Well, the games I'm concerned with is the 2 DMV teams. Ravens and of course Washington football team. So we'll see what's up with that. But other than that,
so the Redskins. Wait. The Redskins, the Washington what? The football
team.
Yeah,
that's their name for real?
Yeah. It's no longer the Redskins.
Oh, I thought that was playing.
No, they changed the name because
that's the name.
The Native Americans complained that the term Redskins.
The Native Americans.
They complained that that's a derogatory word, to describe, I guess, right. Media. So they had been trying to get this done for the last 3, 4, 5 years, but
exactly
they kept ignoring it, and finally it came to a head to where they decided to change it, and now it's the Washington.
Hold on, sir. Black people, y'all see what unity does. Okay, go ahead.
Not as fact. not as fact, man. you right. We might need to take a play out of Native Americans page. I mean, they getting reparations, casinos, reservations. They getting football names changed, all kind of shit.
I think a better name would have been Washington Caucasians.
Hey, Brandon, get out of there, bro. Get out of there, Brandon, bro.
Brandon always got to be
controversial. The home joke used to be Washington Deadskins. When they used to play bad, we used to call them the Deadskins because a lot of times, you know what I mean?
I don't know if you remember this back in the day, but this is even before my time. But I remember back in the day when the Saints used to be horrible, they used to call them the Aints. I don't know if you remember that, Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they used to call the Saints the Aints. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to This Beach is Better, OG with it. We appreciate you coming through, fam. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate
Shout out to all our supporters that come through and give us love, man. Show us love. Appreciate it.
What's going on, Khadijah L? What's going on?
Khadijah L. He's starting something.
That's Khadijah. That's Entanglement Hunter. That's what that is right there. But no, that's all I really got for sports. You know, you gotta.
I got something for sports.
Man. You got it, Kenny. I'll hand it over.
Yeah, I got something for sports. You know, I'm a boxing fan, so you know it's some good fights coming up. As a matter of fact, there's a fight coming up today. Devin Haney versus Yorkie Gamboa. So that should be a good fight. That's coming on tonight. That's gonna be a good one. This guy is a really good fighter. So he's gonna be coming on tonight at 8:00. And then next week we got another big fight with Terrence Bud Crawford fighting Kell Brook. That's another good fight to watch out for. So any boxing fans in here, definitely check out that fight next week and the one today.
One more though. So the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones back on?
Oh yeah, that's another one. I'm not. You know what? You know, I haven't gotten the latest update on that, but now I'm gonna have to check it out because I know it was supposed to be in November, right before Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken, or right after. Because it originally was scheduled for September, and then they pushed the date back to November. But now I'm gonna have to look that up, man, to actually see what day it really is.
You know how they do like episodes for the promoting the
yeah, they haven't been doing much of that.
I saw that on World Star Hip Hop. They doing it right now.
Oh, they doing it on World Star. I'm gonna have to check that out, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. Check that out.
Okay, so the moment that a lot of people probably have been waiting for, we're gonna just kind of address what has happened recently in YouTube news, right? Well, at least the news I care about, the news that has to do with me.
Right.
So I know you guys kind of have noticed that there's been a little bit of a split from one of your favorite shows that we were on every Saturday. And so I know you can notice that there was a split in the live streams today. And so, yes, there were differences that were not able to be settled. And I do think that we have ended amicably. So what's going to happen is it's going to give birth to a new channel, one with the four of us that we will be building from scratch. And we hope that you guys come over and support our channel the same way you supported us on the previous channel. It was the best decision. We had some differences about how to handle certain things. And I think that, you know, sometimes people just live different lifestyles and they just need to not be, not do business together. So y'all want to add in, and I'm sorry about that, Love Wisdom. And I know that you guys are probably saddened by it. It was fun while it lasted, but sometimes we do have to move forward and be true to what we believe.
Hey, I do want to say this though.
Apologize. We didn't mean to, we don't want to cause sadness to y'all, but we got some plan replacing it. So, hopefully that can help everybody feel better. Okay, go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say, salute to Big Duke, man, for like I said, he came to me with this whole business plan, and I salute him for that, most definitely. But like Sis said, man, it was just something that we did not see coming. When things happen, when certain things happen, you're supposed to be loyal to the team, and we didn't feel that way with certain situations. So I let Third go ahead and tell the whole thing. What's going on, Third?
Yeah, man. This is very disheartening, bro, and it's sad that we had to finally come to this point or come to this situation. You know what I'm saying, or this decision, I guess I should say. And look, it's no love lost for Duke. Much respect to him. Shout out to him. I hope he does well with the channel, and I hope everything goes well on at the end with him. But the one thing I can say is more than anything, I just think that, I could speak for myself. I was disappointed. I think so was the rest of the team. We were just disappointed in certain situations that occurred or that happened. Which these were situations that we talked about in different scenarios that we talked about, in the background, that if this situation ever had came up, we would handle it one or two different ways. And when those situations came about and, those situations weren't handled in the two different ways that we talked about and we agreed on that it should be handled, that's when I feel like, or I guess that's when we felt like the ball got dropped, you know what I'm saying? And, with him being the leader of the team, when you're the leader of a team, you have to lead by example, you know what I'm saying? You have to lead the team, you have to be the example. And I think the problem is that a lot of people, they want to lead when things is good or when, things is going well, but when things kind of go awry, that's when they don't want to lead or they want to take responsibility or ownership of stuff. And that's kind of, I think, what we had an issue with. And again, this is no shot at him. This is just from what we saw, what we talked about together as a team. These are things that we saw and we felt like definitely was a concern. And these are things that we felt like ultimately, like I said, the ball got dropped on these certain things. And, and like I said, these are things that we talked about multiple times. So I felt like when it came up and it didn't happen, it just kind of showed us where, things were at that particular time. And I just felt like it was we couldn't move any forward past what that situation was. And, I always think that, and I've always preached this, that at the end of the day, the one thing that I did love about us being on that channel was that I felt like the vibe and the chemistry that we had was very organic and it was very original. And, that's what I always wanted us to have. And I wanted to keep the essence of that going. And I felt like once certain lines got crossed or once certain, things didn't get addressed or the ball got dropped, I felt like it just totally killed the chemistry and killed the natural organic vibe of things. And I felt like, at that point, you could try to make amends and stuff, but it just didn't feel the same, and with me, like I said, I'm all about, originality, authenticity, and I'm all about, sincerity. And if, somebody is, if, you could be that way, then, then I could rock with you. But if I feel like, you're not being sincere or, I feel like, once things have kind of went awry, I just feel like, you kind of got to do your own thing. You got to go your own way. And like I said, there's no diss to that man. And, shout out to him, man. Hopefully everything was well. But like I said, it just certain things can't be overlooked. And like Brandon was saying, at the end of the day, I ride and die with this team. You know what I'm saying? When I first came into this space online,
Fact.
Kenny, Brandon and Topaz was like some of the first people that showed me mad love and just kind of took me in, you know what I'm saying? And we kind of like created this little bond and this like little, family and whatnot. And, we even talk offline behind the scenes and whatnot. And, it's all love and stuff. And that's the way I wanted it to be. So when I felt like, I should say when we felt like, people aren't on the same page as everybody, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when it, can get kind of messy. And, to me, the way I feel about the situation is if anybody is going at Kenny, then I feel like they coming at me. If anybody going at Topaz, they coming at me. Anybody going at Brandon or Tagum and L, then, they coming at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right.
care. I don't care if I personally don't have an issue with that person, but you got an issue with somebody that's down in my camp, that's part of my fam, then, I got an issue with you too. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I'm rocking. That's how I've been. And this is how I am in real life too. So,
And I just want to say this real quick. The Beach said I've gone through similar splits. It's very painful for me though because she spent years in investment. Now this wasn't no years things, but it's like when you're time and investing in stuff, you thinking this the brotherhood. This is how it's gonna be. You just thought people got your back, and when you see otherwise, when stuff really hit the fans, you really see people's true colors. So, I just had to remove myself from that situation. So, like Third said, no diss to the brother, but I just got to move on with brothers that really truly got my back, most definitely. And I got theirs, most definitely.
No, that's fair.
And it's about having like minds, like I can build with people who think and have similar value systems as I do, because then that way I can trust them and I know that they will make certain decisions in my absence and I would do the same for them. And I talk a lot about Black unity, and I talk a lot about the barriers to Black unity and what it would do for us if we achieve it, why I make certain decisions, why I believe certain things. And so for me, there are certain things that I cannot get past. Certain things I can forgive you, but from afar. I can't like just build with you. I can't do anything else with you because at some point we're going to bump heads and it's not going to be pretty. So why build more into it? So I think that it's best when things go awry initially, so that like this Beach is better said, that it's not an investment now that you have to potentially go to a divorce court on YouTube about. And P.S. I do want to say thank you. This Beach is better. She shared our stream along with Cool Gent 87. Thank y'all so much for the support. Even that's another way to support is those bigger channels. When you got your community page and you are able to do more things on here, hopefully one day I'll be able to get into that position, and our new channel will be able to get into that position so that we can reach back, because that's another thing that I'm big on, is reaching back and helping people who are smaller, so I'm very thankful that you guys were willing to do that for us today.
Let me say this real quick, Kenny, and then I'm gonna pass it on to you. Yeah, and I agree with what Beach is saying in the chat. I think that was the hardest thing for all of us, is that the fact that all the time we had invested into that situation, and just the dedication, the different ideas that we bounced off of each other, us promoting the channel in different areas and channels and chats and all that kind of stuff. I think that's what kind of was the hardest part of facing that reality of having to just say, you know what, man, we gotta walk away from the situation. Is like I said, once you put so much time, energy, and effort into something, and then it doesn't go your way, or doesn't go the way that you thought it was going to go, then you realize that it's no turning back from that point. It's no going forward. You just got to kind of go your own way, do your own thing. That was the part. And look, I was the person, I could say this, I was really trying to keep everybody together. I was trying to hold it together, what I'm saying, trying to play the peacemaker or whatnot. But then it got to a point where even I had to realize, like, you know what, man, like, once certain lines is crossed, or once certain, things, get dropped, and they don't get addressed in the proper way or fashion, you gotta, like, you can't really just, try to move forward. And look, we could have easily tried to act like the shit didn't, mean anything to us. It didn't bother us. And we could have pressed forward with the whole situation. But I just felt like it would have been us faking the funk, or acting like as if everything was cool, knowing damn well it really wasn't. And we'd rather give y'all something that's organic, something that's original, something that's real. We don't want to give y'all no fake chemistry, no fake, like we all vibing and flowing together when we know deep down we really not. Like, we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we give y'all something that's real, something that's y'all can see, like, we all vibing together, we all getting along, we all on the same page. And that's always what I wanted, for us. And another thing I'm gonna say, when you're a part of a group, I think the most important thing to never forget, is that when you're part of a group, there's no one person that's bigger than the group. Yeah, I get it. In groups, there's always been leaders, there's been people that stuck out in the group or whatever. But if you're really trying to be a group and there's no egos involved or whatnot, then the thing about it is that everybody has to be on the same page. When you have individuals in the group that's trying to be bigger than the group, or that's acting like they're above the group, then that's when the problems get to coming in. And then at that point you just gotta,
the problem definitely comes when there's no trust and no communication. Yeah. Most definitely that.
Yeah. And so at that point you just gotta, like I said, you just gotta keep it pushing. Like I said, there's no diss to that man. Shout out to him. Hopefully everything works out well over there. And we're gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward over here with what we got going on, what we gonna do, and hopefully all of y'all that was following us over there, y'all still show us love over here. And once we get the new channel popping and going, but we just appreciate y'all for showing us love and just rocking with us this whole entire time, and just showing us mad love and support. We appreciate y'all, because this is who we really do it for. We do it for y'all, and that's really one of the biggest thing. I think we felt like we kind of let y'all down in a way, even though it was other things into this that went into this equation. But that was the biggest thing for us, is that we felt like, well, damn, the fans, man, and the the supporters, the people that rock with us, so that was what was on our mind at the same time. But we appreciate y'all. You got it, Kenny, bro.
Okay, like I said, you heard with Third Ward, with Topaz explained to you, and with Brandon L. Entanglement L. explained to you about the situation. What I'm going to do is just add a few more things that I saw, just based on my opinion. And first of all, I'd like to say peace to Big Duke. I appreciate him having this team get orchestrated and put together. I think that we had a great show for while it lasted. I mean, we did a lot of historical shows that I think that people can go back and watch and actually appreciate, especially when we did the show the way we did it, because I think that a lot of we set a lot of trends in YouTube, in the YouTube streets, the way we did our show, as far as how we did 4 topics, how we all had different fields that we worked in or gave information for, and that we had things that people weren't seeing actually in YouTube that much, especially around the Black YouTube. We had a lot of good positive information, a lot of good positive discussions without people throwing ad hominem attacks and everything. So that's the first thing I want to say. So once again, peace to Big Duke. I wish him the success in his show or what have you. But that being said, there were things that definitely we could not agree with as far as a team. One being loyalty. One thing I'll say is that when you're as a team, especially when you're a leader of a team, you have to understand that loyalty is one thing, and that you also have to understand that when you're a leader, you have to make certain decisions that you might not agree with as a leader, but you have to look out what's best for the team. And we felt like that wasn't being reflected in the way he was doing things, especially since a situation came up that we had already discussed in back chats many times before, and also have seen happen over several times, that these incidents happens with these particular situations and individuals. So if you really want to get more of the answer, then go back to some of these streams, the stream before this one, and you kind of get more of the answer about why this went the way it did. I think some people have already kind of had ideas about why this happened the way it did. But like I said, it is what it is, and we'll continue to keep moving on, and we'll continue to keep doing things the way we've been doing. We'll continue to keep giving you the information, keep doing the topics like we've been doing. We'll still be doing the IT topics. Topaz will still be giving you information on health and fitness and awareness. My man, Entanglement L will still be giving you recent current events, all kinds of stories that come up, all kinds of tantalizing breaking news stories. And then my man Third Ward will continue to keep doing his sports topics and what have you, and other topics that he might come up with. So nothing is going to be changed as far as that. The format's not going to be changed. The only thing we're going to do is get better with the format. And the only thing we can do is just ask our supporters, the real supporters, to continue to support us, to continue to share the streams. Make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you just come when we have our lives. Make sure you have the notification button on, and also make sure you support the show monetarily whenever you can. Other than that, like I said, good luck to him on his channel, and we'll continue to press on, and we'll make a new channel and build from there. That's it. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate all of y'all that came through.
Right. And so, guys, we'll address it periodically if we need to. But for the most part, this is everything that we had to say on the subject. So we want to keep going. We don't want to make this about the beef, because that gets away from the content. And then now we're not doing what we set out to do. We're not doing something good for you guys. So, and I do want to thank This Beach is Better, because she always drops good knowledge in the chat. And she just said, keep building and use solid foundations, so when storms come, you would not fall. And that's exactly what we think is happening here today.
Exactly.
So,
and one more thing, let me say,
thank you all for your support.
Go
ahead there.
Okay, we first of all, JV, we appreciate that, and like we said, this isn't no diss towards Duke or their channel. Truth be told, and just to be honest, I never even thought that I would be a part of a channel, you know what I'm saying, and to become a content creator or whatnot, because I can remember when I first came into this space, just as somebody that was watching from the chat or watching from the clouds, and once the opportunity presented itself for us to become content creators and part of a team, part of a channel, that was something that was very humbling and honoring to me, because I didn't even think that anybody would care about none of my input or what I would have to say on certain topics or whatnot. So the fact that we became a part of a channel, man, I definitely will always appreciate the opportunity, and I feel like it definitely gave us some of the experience that we needed to carry on with this new channel that we're going to go forward with, because and truth be told, I used to always hear certain content creators talking about certain situations or certain things that would go on in this YouTube space, and I heard what they were saying, and I kind of tried to understand what they were saying, but I didn't really understand it that deep. But now that we have become content creators, now that we have went through certain things on here, whether it be good or bad or indifferent, I can now kind of more understand and see where these content creators were coming from, because like I said, I didn't have that prior knowledge or experience, but now that I do, I can kind of see things from a different perspective or from their point of view now on things. And like I said, it's all love. We appreciate the opportunity. We appreciate the exposure that we got over there. All the love, all the people that support us from day one up until now. And again, we wish them the best of luck. We're going to go forward, do our thing, and we just hope that you guys continue to keep supporting us and keep rocking with us and just keep showing us the same love and support you did from day one. And that's all there really is to it.
And one thing I could say, Third, and is basically, if you really want to see how we came about as a group, once again, you can go listen to that Prophet of Thought series interview that we did. That kind of gave us the raw spiel about how this group got put together, or how it got orchestrated or organized. And it started off basically with Big Duke and Entanglement L first, and then it built from there. So basically, I would ask you to just go listen to that interview, and that will definitely tell you how we got built as a group. And we're gonna build from here.
One more thing before we move on.
Less one person.
One more thing. What was crazy about that situation is that, it kind of seemed like at the time, it kind of just seemed like it was meant to be. And the reason why I say that is because prior to us becoming a part of that channel and, becoming, content creators on that channel, us four were already cool with each other. We was already, friends and whatnot. We already was cool.
Exactly.
We had all, we was always, kind of like, family amongst each other. We would always see each other in the same chats, and we would always, crack jokes or whatnot and stuff like that. So it was kind of
Brandon was bullying me.
Yeah, and it was kind of ironic, and just kind of, it seemed like it was meant to be when we just all came together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was like the ironic part about all of it, is that the people that I started out on here with, that was showing me love, and just kind of, I felt like was like on some family type stuff. Those are the people that I ended up doing a show on the channel with. And me personally, I couldn't see myself of doing it with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So or participating on the channel with nobody else. So shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. You, Kenny, Big Sis Topez, and Brandon, bro. You my A1 Day One, bro. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that we moving forward together still. And we not letting none of this stuff divide us or come between what we was what we started out doing and all this kind of stuff. So shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Personalities are the same. We ain't changing. We still gonna be the same people.
And I appreciate y'all too.
Yes, ma'am. My number one hater, most definitely. Hey, check this out, guys. We're gonna move on from this situation, go to another situation, man. See, I see everybody, saying rest in peace to the young brother King Von. I know everybody heard about the situation where he was in Atlanta and he got into it with another rap group, and he got killed, sadly. But now I know the dude a little bit. He's from Chirac, old block as they call it, and I know some of his songs where he was talking about people that got killed, some of his enemies. He making fun of them. So people get mad at the brother, what's his name, NBA Youngboy, going at his crew. They laughing at him, and Lil Durk. Because Lil Durk, King Von is affiliated with Lil Durk gang, whatever it is, and people get mad at them like, nah, they just giving him that same energy, and this is what happens when you in gang culture, when you're in that gang life, people gonna laugh at you when you get killed, and it's like, I can't really feel bad or get mad at those brothers. I'm sorry, that's just the way of the street life.
Nah, that's facts. I would say I agree with everything you said. And also shout out to OG Gab that just came in here. What's going on, Gab?
Salute, big boss, man.
Welcome back, Gab.
DC Gab in the building.
I would say this though, it's messed up that the man lost his life. But as Brandon said, anybody that lost their life in the streets, I don't like to see black men getting killed, you know what I'm saying, dying, whatever whatever you want to call it. But the thing about it is like Brandon said, man, when you in the streets heavy like that and you participate in the streets like that and knee deep in it, doing all kind of crazy stuff, eventually, man, all of that stuff catches up with you. And if you're lucky enough to get out of the streets and make it out the streets all alive in one piece, then more power to you, you know what I'm saying? But I think the problem is a lot of people overstay their welcome in the streets. I get it. Some people, that's all they have, in the situation environment that they grow up in. But my thing is this: if you in them streets, do what you can, get the money that you need up out those streets and get up out of there, man. The streets is not a long term, plan. It's a short term plan. And all the real people that was in the streets that played the game right and that was smart about it, they got in the game. They did what they needed to do. They got their money, got their paper.
Wait, third. What's at the end of the gang life? You get a 401k, get a pension? Like, what's at the end of?
You don't get none of that. Most of the time, you in the game or you in the streets, it's either one or two options, either death or prison. You know what I'm saying? But
wow.
But at the same time, there are some guys, which is very few. It's the minority. There have been some guys that have been in the streets, got in. They was tunnel vision. They knew what they was in it for. They had a plan. They made a goal. They got in it, got the money that they needed, and they got the hell up out of there. And they went and did something more productive. But like I said, that's the minority, so we can't, make them the example. But like I said, if you're gonna be in the streets like that, man, you better have a plan. You better know what you're doing. You better be moving cautiously and careful out here, because one wrong step, like I said, you either gonna be 6 feet under or you're gonna be, in the prison. So again, if you're gonna live that lifestyle, man, just know what the hell you're doing and make sure you have a plan to get out, because a lot of them don't get out and a lot of them end up dead in the street or, like I said, in prison. And I know this personally because I come from a family full of a lot of street cats. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of homeboys who I grew up with that street cat. I got a partner right now. He doing 5, you know what I'm saying? In state prison, you know what I'm saying? And, this is somebody that, is actually a good dude, smart dude, you know what I'm saying? Humble upbringing like myself. But, because, he don't want to actually, do anything outside of just the streets, he keep getting caught up where he have to go sit his ass down, have to do some time and shit. And I'm telling him like, look, bro, I get it. You think the streets is everything, all that you got, but I'm like, bro, you bigger than this. You smarter than this. Like, you could do more than, like, you bigger than just the streets, bro. But again, when people think that that's the only lifestyle, that's the only way to, make it, ain't nothing you can really tell them. It got to be to the point to where they have to get, like, that saying, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, that's kind of the attitude that you have to adopt to where you finally say, you know what, fuck these streets. It ain't shit in here for me. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing positive about these streets. People that I know and love and care for keep dying, getting killed, or getting locked up. Hey, I got to move on at some point. You know what I'm saying? And, if you get that, if you adopt that kind of attitude, then, hey, man, that's, the first step to fixing that shit is having the attitude, adopting that mindset. Like, hey, I could do more than just these streets. If I could be successful in the streets, I could be successful at something else. But the problem is, a lot of them in their mind don't think that they can do anything outside of the streets, so they get stuck there. And then, hey, like I said, you either end up in jail or you end up, with an obituary talking about RIP.
Third, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So, like I said, man, the streets ain't what's up. And again, if you out there, participating in it, and you up here committing crimes and shit, and doing this and doing that, and you making fun of people when they get got, and you expect karma or the streets not to come back your way, you a fool. You know what I'm saying? And this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna pass it off. I remember when I was growing up, my granny used to tell me all the time. She used to always say, man, respect the dead, have respect for the dead. But this dude King Von, and a lot of them Chicago dudes, man, when somebody get killed, that's they op, or somebody that's from the opposite part of town that they from, they go on live making fun of this shit, laughing at it like it's something to joke about. You know what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, this is somebody's life that's gone. You know what I'm saying? They can never come back. You know what I'm saying? And so when you get to making fun of the dead and all that kind of shit, man, that shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, all that shit gonna come back.
I remember She Keeping them used to say, we smoking that little JoJo. They used to say dumb shit like that.
Yeah, man. Like I said, bro, when you doing, hey, man, it's the old school saying, when you do dirt, you get dirt. So, hey, if that's what you're gonna do, then expect to get dirt to come back your way. You know what I'm saying? You crime, bro, crime gonna happen to you. So again, if you're gonna be in the streets like that, in the game, bro, you better have you a plan. You better get up out of there as soon as you can. Don't overstay your welcome. It ain't like Brandon was saying. It's not a retirement plan. It ain't no 401k in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't finna grow. You ain't finna have no 10, 20-year career in the streets. Nah, bro, that shit ain't what's up. Get in, get out, and get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying?
What's
And
gonna
And I
happen when you
think that a
die?
lot of
Hey,
Niggas
people
gonna try.
glamorize.
My bad. So bad.
I'll
Oh,
chime in
okay.
after
Well,
Topaz. Go ahead,
be
Topaz.
quick. Okay, I'm gonna be quick. I think a lot of people glamorize the streets. They see the fast money and the fun times when the person is on top. But people need to not let that stop them from understanding that at best, it's a means to an end, and it's supposed to be short-lived, get in, get out, if you have to resort to that. But a lot of people don't realize that you do have other options. One, you could go without, unless you like talking about life or death situations, right? Otherwise, whatever it is a luxury, and you can go without. And it's better when you get slow money anyway, because they can't take slow money from you. They can always get fast money from you. Easy come, easy go. So I think a lot of people forget that the streets was never meant to be something that you just stay in for 10, 20, 30 years. It's not even set up that way. So there's no possible way you could even have a street career for 20 or 30 years. And so why would you bank on something that at the most you could do is a good 2-year run? And that's on a best day. And then when you think about it, at worst, you die, you get a lot of your family caught up, you get a lot of loved ones killed as well, because everybody in the streets don't play fair. So there's nothing to stop somebody that's just only mad at you. There's no rules in the streets. There's unspoken agreements that you're supposed to live by, but worst come to worst, these are people known for breaking rules. So what makes you think that they're going to stick to those rules when shit get hard? So it's not something that you should want to look for. It's not something that you should do unless you literally have no other choice. And a lot of people act like they don't have a choice, but they truly do. It's just a harder choice. But at the end, it's better, and you don't have, like, you're not being threatened with death and dismemberment and, injury and all of this kind of stuff. So, okay. And C Rose is right. Go ahead, Entanglement, Kenny. I just want to throw that out there real quick.
Entanglement, you got something to say before I chime in?
No, I was just gonna say, like Third was saying, ain't no retirement plan. I also want to say this. See, and the dudes that be thinking them they homeboys, as soon as you die, guess what they're gonna do? Try to mess around with your baby mama. Gonna try to take the dope money out your house, and they ain't gonna do nothing for your family. They ain't gonna do nothing for your kids. They just gonna leave them all hanging, leave them out there to suffer. So good luck with that if you want to live that lifestyle. Go ahead, King.
Okay. First of all, appreciate everybody coming in the chat. Once again, all the new people that came in the chat. Let's get some information about this guy, King Von. Let's get some interesting information about this guy. Let's run down some things. First of all, he came from O Block. This is Chicago's most dangerous area. O Block is a hood area, like it's pretty much an apartment complex area. And in that area, there's been so many killings. And that's the first thing. And he has a lot of rival gangs right around that area of O Block. And FGB Ducks group was a rival of O Block crew. So that's another thing. So a lot of these drill rappers, a lot of them, they are part of the gang affiliations, and they rap about those lyrics exactly in their rhymes. And they also pretty much dry snitch on themselves by telling us some of the things that they've done, killed this op or killed that op. And eventually the ops hear it and they share that stuff over social media, which is stupid. That's another thing. They leave a footprint for themselves to get caught. That's exactly what they do. They go on these social media accounts. They brag about what they did in their rhymes. They brag about what they did on their IG accounts or their Facebook, and they drop their locations. And of course the ops see it, and these guys get put in the dirt, just like what they did to someone else. King Von supposedly had bodies himself. So you know what that is? Death becomes you. You know what I mean? You live by that gun. You live by that violent lifestyle. Eventually, it's gonna come back to you. Like I said, there's no retirement. Like Third said, there's no retirement plan. There's no 401k plan in a violent lifestyle like that. You know what I mean? The only retirement plan is you getting put in the dirt and put in the casket. That's the only retirement plan you're gonna get.
I never understood why they never try to join the military. Like, if you want to be on some shoot, bang, bang, join the military. At least you get something after if you die, God forbid.
You know what? Entanglement, that's a good question. But you know what? A lot of them, first of all, have records. So a lot of them probably would not be able to get in, at least the branches like the Air Force and Navy a lot of them probably will not be able to get in these branches. That's the
Yeah,
first
they
thing.
probably couldn't even take
And-
authority neither.
Exactly. They can't take a structure and authority because no military branch is gonna F with you, man. If you come in there with that F stuff, like you think you in the street still, you're gonna be out back in the streets. They're not playing that game with you. So that's
Hey,
another thing.
Sure.
y'all overlooking the most important point too. The reason why a lot of them dudes don't want to join the military, besides the reasons that you guys just listed the name, is because they don't want to listen to the white man and white supremacy and all that. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? So
look,
that what I'm saying.
Wait, third. You can't use that excuse because they be like,
Yeah.
oh, the white supremacy leave the guns in the alleys and they go get them.
Exactly.
They kill each other.
Exactly. Yeah. The dirty
So they
cops
work
are the
for
ones that
they work for the
drop
white
the-
supremacy. They just don't know it.
Exactly. That's my point. Indirectly they do. And like you said, a lot of these guns and stuff are coming from, these dirty cops. They throw a lot of them guns into these hoods, and these guys buy that stuff. And they don't care if these guys kill each other. That's exactly what they want to see. Go ahead and kill each other. It's less of these wild youth, as they like to say, that we have to worry about. These people come from these people come from the dirt and the mud, man. They come from these areas where it's nothing for you out there but trouble.
Well, Kenny, I'm glad you're the one talking right now because I got a question, right? Being that you
Yeah.
are the military member on the group,
Mhm.
so this is always my thought process, right? Some people, when they go to prison, they do change, they understand, but then when they come
Right.
out, they run into all these barriers. So the
Right.
ones that make the cut, like after they do their time, if they truly thought and they understand what they did wrong, would you ever think that it would be a good idea for the ones that truly are interested and capable of change for them to be able to earn their privileges back by serving in the military? Because in the military you got a lot of benefits and you get a lot of respect, and so I think it's such a hard thing to change from a bad life that that would be their path back into society, and it'll give them structure, it'll give them an alternative so that they don't have to go, not like it's going to be a rehab, because it ain't going to be everybody that went to prison. Only the ones that could actually make it so that they get a second chance.
Topaz, that would be great if it was offered. But once again, you got to remember that, first of all,
Right.
the military, a certain age limit, after a certain age limit, you're not going to be able to join the military. Let's just get that right. Another thing is they're gonna have to get, they can't come in as felons, because as a felon you can't carry arms. You can't draw. You can't bear arms if you're a felon. So that's another thing. And you can't be in the military if you can't draw arms, because the military is about weapons. You see what I'm saying? So if they can't they can't have weapons as a felon, then the military has no use for them, because the military is about defending the nation's security, from all foreign enemies abroad, and that type of thing. So that's another thing you gotta think about. And like I said, a lot of these guys will be much too late to be in the military because the age limit for the military, and also the fact that just the charges that they have upon them, whether it be rape or drug charges, this type of stuff would not be becoming of a military member. So it would be hard for them to get in the military. Maybe the Army or the Marines might let them be on infantry. Maybe it's possible, but it's few and far between that happens.
And I
And
get that. It's just
the
that-
limit on age.
Let me say
right.
this.
No, and I get what you're saying, and I did know that those were the rules. I'm just thinking, like, some people actually could, and I do feel like, listen, we don't have a whole lot of people in the Black community that's untainted. Like, let's just be real, So I feel like if we can bring some people back, then why not at least try? But I know the rules. I know exactly what you were gonna say. I just always want to have that conversation. At least just put it out there, because then we can get our numbers up. Go ahead, Brandon.
I had shared y'all a picture, in a back channel. I was like, these brothers, like them your Pookies and Ray Rays, I was trying to help. I can't do it no more. I'm out. So good luck.
Let me say this though. Let me address a comment that you just made, Brandon. Like probably like not even that long ago. You said that you came out the projects as a square. Well, here's the thing, and I have an issue with this. My thing is this: you don't necessarily have to be, just because you're not a street cat or you're not in them streets doing this, doing that, that don't necessarily make you a square. I think that's the biggest misconception of, like to me, I look at it as two different classifications, right? I look at it, you got street niggas and you got hood niggas. Now, here's my thing. A lot of street cats, both street niggas and hood niggas both come from the hood. But here's the thing, you know, a lot of times your hood niggas that ain't street cats, you know what I'm saying? These are guys that come from the hood that grow up in circumstances just like anybody else. And on top of that, a lot of these guys come from backgrounds of families where they, you know, have family members that are street cats, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, to me, you know, and that was really my lifestyle growing up. So again, you know, yeah, I wasn't the street cat. I wasn't out there in the streets doing this, doing that. I was just doing regular shit. You know, I was playing ball, you know, hanging with the fellas, you know, trying to holler at the girls and all that kind of stuff. So my whole thing is this, bro. Like at the end of the day, that don't necessarily make me a square just because, you know, I'm not into that street life culture. That just means I'm not into that kind of lifestyle. Because truth be told, you know, if you come from the hood, bro, you can't be no soft square motherfucker because you know the hood and the streets ain't gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember growing up, you know, I had to earn my respect, bro. I had to get out there, fight motherfuckers. I had to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it is a stigma on brothers that's not in the streets doing this and doing that. You know, they kind of look at us as weak or soft or whatever. So when you get out there, man, you know you earn your respect and make motherfuckers respect you and be like, look, man, you know, yeah, I ain't in the streets, but I ain't nobody to be messing with or you know fuck with. Then you know, hey, you know that don't make you necessarily a street cat. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, or excuse me, a square. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. And then also back to the Vaughn thing, you know, the thing about it is this. Here's what I noticed. So from the time I was coming up as a kid in the 90s up until now, the streets didn't change and it's changed dramatically. So when I was coming up, this is how the streets used to be. It used to be to where the OGs back in the day that was on the block and that was doing their thing and stuff that were in the neighborhood, you know, if you was a cat that wasn't about that street life and you went into that street life, they would tell you, like, look, young fella, look, you know, young nigga, don't get involved in this. This ain't for you. This ain't what's up. This ain't the life that you want to live. It's just that we ain't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? This was the only cause we was dealt. And, you know, we had to make something happen. We had to make something shape. You know what I'm saying? And but you don't want no part of this. You got all these opportunities that we didn't have back in the day. Y'all have technology opportunities. Y'all got this, y'all got that. We didn't have those things coming up. All we had was what we have right now. You know what I'm saying? And they would tell us, like, nah, man, you know, don't get involved in this. And you know, when I used to be riding around the neighborhood on my bike and stuff, and trying to hang around, you know, the street cats and the OGs and stuff, and they knew that I wasn't supposed to be around. I'm supposed to be over there. They would tell me, they'd be like, nah, little nigga, you got to get from around me. And if you don't, I'm gonna tell your people. I know your people. I know your mama. I know your uncles and you know your grandpa, your grandmother. I know them all your people, and they, you know damn well if they caught you over here, if they knew you was over here right now, they wouldn't want you to be over here, and they'd be telling you get your ass from over here. And if you don't move around or leave, I'm gonna tell your people that you over here with us, knowing damn well they don't want you over here, and you should be over here in the first place. And
Nowadays, parents don't want you telling them what to do with their children. Now they'll snap back at you for telling them what
yeah,
to do with their
no, no,
kids.
no, no,
Yeah.
that's facts. But it's said, but like I said, you know, that's how I used to be back in the day. That's how I used to be in the streets. Nowadays,
Yes, sir.
it ain't like that. And one of the main reasons why, and this never gets really talked about, but one of the main reasons why it's like that now in the streets is because you got to think all the OGs back then. These were, when I say OGs, I'm talking about guys that were of a certain age group. These were guys that was in their 30s, 40s, and stuff like that. So they had life experiences and wisdom that these new young niggas that's like, if you really look at the streets now, the streets is mostly young cats. Like an OG now is somebody that's like 25 and stuff. Somebody that's under 30 is considered to be an OG, which really is still young as shit. You know what I'm saying? So what they did is when you took away all the old cats, when you took away guys like your Larry Hoovers and all of these guys that were, you know, the OGs of the hood in the streets, and you know, they could talk to the young fellas and the young crowd, and the young crowd would just actually just listen and be quiet and take up and soak in whatever knowledge they were trying to tell them. That's why back then, you know, they was able to kind of like you know, keep the young dudes in pocket, you know what I'm saying? But now you got young niggas telling younger niggas that's younger than them, you know, what to do. And a lot of time the advice they're giving them is not good advice. They're not telling them the things that the OGs was telling me when I was coming up. They weren't telling, you know, telling these kids like, hey man, stay out of these streets, go to school, get a trade, or start your own business, whatever, but don't get involved in the street life. Like, I don't see that. As a matter of fact, I see a lot of these young cats that are considered to be OGs, quote unquote, the guys in their mid-20s or whatnot. I see them telling these young cats, these teenagers, oh man, you gotta be out here on the block with us. This is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be working.
And you know why?
And it's sad that it's like that, because I remember a time when it wasn't like that. But you got it.
Well, okay, so first off, let me just say, I grew up in the projects. Yes, that's where that was my formative
I was
years.
raised in the
But
projects.
but even when I was living there, I still was a square and I wasn't even sorry. Like that's the thing. I didn't take it as an insult. I was like, well, all right, well, y'all can stay here. This shit out. Like no amount of way that they could try to describe that it would actually sound fun. They try to make it sound like, oh, well, this is fun. It's okay. It's fine and whatever. I wasn't buying it. So I was always a square because I wanted to be out. I wanted to be able to have stuff. I wanted to be able to do stuff to go places. Sorry, this ain't the same thing that I see other people out there in the world being able to do. And I had the access to do it. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Y'all don't like me anyway, so I don't care. So I didn't have to fight growing up. I just did sadistic shit. That being said, I didn't get into the street life because like I wasn't the person that they wanted to be out there on the street with them because they knew I wasn't gonna do certain stuff. So it was like, why even ask? Why even bother her? Like, just leave her alone because she ain't gonna like go, like she ain't gonna do it and all that kind of stuff. And the reason why we have these OGs now bringing younger people in instead of sending them home is because somewhere along the line with these generations, from what I saw when I was little, yeah, they would tell me, I'm gonna go tell your people anyway, like the older ones. But the people my age, they didn't like me. We didn't get along. But the older ones would tell me, no, I'm gonna tell your people you can't be out here. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna be out here anyway. It didn't sound fun. But now I think somewhere we lost the idea that we need one of everything. We don't have variety. So
Well,
what if somebody is square? That's not necessarily an insult. We need squares, circles, triangles,
well,
octagons. We
what
need one of
happened, Topaz?
everything.
What happened?
Topaz Square and
Huh?
the Projos.
What happened, Topaz, is that the reason why you have this culture of young niggas just out here you just on the loose, just going wild and crazy, and there's no structure no more how it used to be is because, like I said, when you had all these older cats that was out there, the true OGs, ones who could say, I done been through this, I done been through that, I done been in the game this many years or whatnot, and all that kind of stuff. And the dudes who actually had real stripes and stuff, like I said, they was able to talk from a point of experience and reference that these young kids that haven't been through that yet, what I'm saying, they was able to speak to that to them to where they could get it and understand it. And, they could relate to them more because they spoke kind of like the same language and lived the same lifestyle. But when you took away all the old cats out of the game by giving them, these double digit numbers, giving them 10, 30, 20, years and all this kind of stuff, or when, they just got killed off in the streets, what you left is you left a whole bunch of young niggas out here to fend for themselves and to do for themselves with no kind of older guidance or direction or older experience, wisdom, people. And so now these young cats that's out here that don't have that older knowledge or wisdom or older person to kind of pull them to the side to say, hey man, this ain't really what it's cracked up to be, but this is what we had to do. But you got other options. You need to get away from this. You need to do X, Y, and Z if you want to live a comfortable lifestyle and if you want to live past 18, 25 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what happened. Once you take away the older experienced cats that have the knowledge and have the experience that these young cats don't have just yet, that's why you have these young dudes just running rampant. And like I said, they don't know nothing because they young, number one, and inexperienced, but then two, the person who they could have went to for certain knowledge and answers, they're no longer there anymore. They're either dead or they locked up away. So again, when you just have young people, how we was all young at one point. When we was young, certain age, teenagers and whatnot, you get left to your own devices, and you get, ain't no supervision, ain't nobody older to kind of like check you or to keep you in pocket. Man, you're gonna cut up and you're gonna do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what's going on with this whole situation with the streets right now.
Shout
But
out
let's
to
be honest,
Cut to the
also,
Chase
oh
too.
my bad.
I said shout out to Cut to the Chase, man. He just put up a video that explained that they think they have the killer of King Von. They think they arrested the killer of the King Von
Wow.
guy. So
Yeah, I saw that.
so
Shout out
go
to
check
Chris.
out Cut to the Chase's live. His little stream, his little upload he did. They think they arrested the guy that shot King Von, and of course that person is linked to a op group
Right.
of King
Real,
Von. So
Shout out to
real quick, I want to get back to that.
shout out
Oh
to
my bad.
Zero, and shout out real quick to Slim Duck, and we appreciate you coming through, sis. And do me a favor, Topaz, please highlight Cool Jen's last comment because that's like one of the realest statements right there. Yeah, keep that up real quick. You got it, Brim.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I ain't gonna lie. Yes, the street life is tempting. You get the fast money, you get the girls, the fly cars. So as a young, when you're young, you see that it's like, man, that's what I want. The materialistic stuff. So that's why a lot of guys get into the game, get into the dope culture, whatever they want to do to make that fast money. Because a lot of us really don't want to get that slow money. But let me tell you, that slow money is the best money because it's gonna be there with you
Yes,
forever.
it is.
Watch your money accumulate, watch it grow. You know what I'm saying? So because that fast money, as soon as you get it, it's gonna be gone, and you can't even
Slow
take it to
money
the
is
bank because
stable.
they're gonna say it again. So bad, my bad.
Oh no, I was just adding to your point. Slow money is stable. Fast money is
Exactly.
flaky.
Exactly. And when you get that dirty money, then you got to worry about the police, then the people at the bank, they're going to ask you questions. Like, where will you get this money? So you got to think of all type of lies to come up with just to keep that
Yep,
money.
you got to try to
So
wash it. You got to try to launder the
got to
money,
watch it.
wash the money.
Exactly. And
And
yes, sir. That's why that one scene that I'm going to pass it, that one scene in, what's that movie? Paid in Full, when the brother, he was just working at the cleaners. And he saw that rock or whatever, and he went to that Cuban dude, whatever he was, and he was telling him how you make all this money. It just blew his mind. He should have stayed his ass in the cleaners and worked as a regular brother, hardworking brother. That's what he should have did. But he wanted to choose that life, and look what happened to him.
well, let me say this real quick to your point, Brandon. I want to make 2 points to your what you just said. So, the whole slow money thing. Yeah, slow money is stable, like you guys just said. And here's the thing. Here's the reason why slow money is. Here's the reason why slow money is stable. The reason why slow money is stable is because you actually have to work hard for that slow money. You actually have to put in time and hours for that slow money. So when you get the money, whether it's every 2 weeks you get paid, every week, however you get paid, whatever the setup is, when you finally get your check or get your direct deposit, whatever it is may be, you appreciate the money more because you realize all the hard work and all the hours that you
Preach,
put in to get
preach.
that money versus fast money. You can make it in a couple hours just from, selling what you sell or, whatever. And a lot of times when you get that kind of fast money, you don't appreciate it because you didn't have to put in that kind of hard work to get it. So what happens is when you get that kind of fast money, what happens is you tend to not appreciate it. You tend to blow it. You know what I'm saying? You tend to, not want to save it and stack it. You know what I'm saying? You living a life, you know what I'm saying? You blow it on the women, you buying nice things with it, you know what I'm saying? Trying to live the high life and all that kind of stuff. And so, what happens is, once you finally get locked up and, you got to pay your lawyer fees and all this kind of stuff, you think, well, damn, what happened to all that money that I was making and all that fast money? Well, what happened is you didn't appreciate that money. You didn't, think to put the money up for a rainy day or think to put it to the side to invest in yourself, just like Cool Ginger said, to invest in a business.
Yeah,
So what happens is you blow it on women, materialistic shit, and more drugs, and then next thing, and then you end up blowing it on lawyer fees when you get jammed up, and then next thing you know, all that money that you made is not even there no more. It's like you never even had the money, even though you had the money and you can remember vividly that, oh man, I was in the club, having a good time. I was blowing the money. I was doing this. I was doing that, and now you ain't got the money. And then one more thing that I want to say. Here's the thing. The problem that I have also is that in this space for the last, I want to say, probably just as long as I've been in this space for the last 3-4 years, right? There's been this conversation about the everyday educated hardworking brothers versus the street cats, right? Now let me say this. I'm just speaking for me. I can't speak for nobody else. Now I will say this. Again, I come from a family with, you have both. I come from a family that, I have street cats in my family, but I also have hardworking men in my family. So it's like an even balance of both. And it's the same thing in my real life too when it comes to my friends. Half of my friends are, hardworking, everyday hardworking men like myself. And then I got, the other half is, are my friends that are street cats. And, just because they street cats, I don't look at them any different, or I don't look at myself as like I'm better than them or whatever the case may be. Because to me, it's all about, the respect factor. As long as you can respect me, I can respect you, regardless of what you're doing. Just as long as you ain't doing no super foul shit, I'm really not tripping. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this, when it comes to this whole, hardworking man versus street cats is this, you know, I have good relationships with street cats. Now, I don't necessarily agree with everything that they do or the lifestyle that they live, but at the end of the day, that's their business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And like when I go back to the hood, like I just came back from home. I just was home 2 months ago and I went back to the hood. You know what I'm saying? I went back, to the hood with my partners and stuff. I hung around my partners, whether they was, hardworking partners like myself or they was, street cats and whatnot. And I could tell you, I still can get love today. I can still pull up one deep by myself and ain't nobody gonna mess with me, ain't nobody gonna fuck with me because they got respect for me because they know I'm a solid individual. But at the same time, when I'm around them, when I hang out, like let's say when I hang out with the street cats, right? I don't go hanging out with them, you know, as far as in the streets with them. If I'm gonna meet them, I'm probably gonna meet them somewhere. I say, hey, meet me here or meet me there. Let's go grab a bite to eat, or let's go do this, let's go do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be in the streets with them. Like, well, if they're in the streets trapping it out, you're not gonna see me in the streets with them while they trap. No, I'm not gonna do that because I don't belong over there. You know what I'm saying? I might come through and holler at everybody, you know, say what's up to everybody up, chop it up for a little bit. But after that, I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just be posted up for no hours over there kicking it with them on their turf while they doing their thing over there. Nah, that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how I feel about it.
Yo, third, and everyone on the panel, basically, I would say this. A lot of those kids are coming from impoverished situations that, you know, they don't have real adults that are mentoring them and teaching them anything about money and how it works and how to invest it and how to keep it or save the money. A lot of these people are seeing this, they're seeing fast money that they've never seen in their entire life. And so when they come from these impoverished neighborhoods and they see these type of situations where they're getting that fast money, the only thing they know how to do is spend it, and that's it. They know nothing about investing. They know nothing about saving. They know nothing about buying real estate and doing this type of thing. Shout out to Legendary Top Cats.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, shout out to my H-Town partner, man.
But
Legendary Top Cats.
H-Town deep in this motherfucker.
You know, what's going on, man?
But they definitely don't know. They don't know about, you know, saving money and all that kind of stuff. They don't think about that kind of stuff.
Kenny, we are financial illiterate. Like, we don't know what to do. All we know what to do with money is save it or spend it.
Yep.
And
you
spend it
know,
on
because
foolishness.
we tell each other that we're not gonna get money. So when you do get it, you don't even think that it's real. You're not able to be calm enough to think about how to keep that money. So like when we think about the relationship of Black people to money, we think, okay, let's get this because somebody's gonna come take it away from us and we got to spend it, or else they, you know, we're not gonna like, we don't ever envision ourselves having the money and it's staying with us if we get it the right way. And so even people that do make money the right way and they get the slow money, a lot of times they don't know how to make that money grow. They don't know how to invest it. They don't even think about investing it. So therefore, you know, it goes anyway. So we got to think about like how we look at money as Black people. We look at it as elusive, like we shouldn't have it, like we not gonna ever have it.
Mm-hmm.
No, and to be fair, you know, they don't teach this in school neither. They hide this part about how to grow your money. You know, how to be entrepreneurs. They don't really teach that. It starts with us, like Kenny and Topaz said. You know, family. You know, the people that brought you in this world. They got to teach you that. In my opinion,
that's facts. You know,
they get $1,000 and they act like, wow, you know, they really doing something big. It's pretty crazy. But
we're too relying on the public school systems to teach the kids, you know, math and, you know, how to, you know, basic, you know, money managing skills and whatnot, when that should be something that should be taught to the kids by their people, by their parents and shit. You know what I'm saying? When they're young, that way when they get to, you know, school, high school, whatnot, they could already know how to manage money. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's one of the major problems. You know, nobody, you know, teaches you how to manage money. You know what I'm saying? They just give you some money and they just say, here, you know, here's money. And, you know, because you're not realizing, you know, hey, you know, that I could say this. Like I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I sit back and I think about, and I'm somebody that's really good with money. Like majority of money that I make, you know, I save the majority of it and I might spend a little bit here and there, but I don't, you know, like usually what I do is I have my months where I'm just saving. And I might have like one particular month a week where I say, okay, you know what, I might, you know, spend a little bit on myself, you know, reward myself for all the hard work and I've been doing all the saving money. So, hey, I'm gonna give me this, I'm gonna give me that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's how I get done. That's my little method. But I'll say this, you know, a lot of times from what I see is that, you know, what happens is that, you know, they get a little bit of money and they don't know how to act with it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's just, you know, it's like they go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then the next thing you know, they realize like, well, damn, what happened to the money? Well, what happened is, you know, you got that adrenaline rush and that high of having however much money you got. And next thing you know, you just blow it all. You know what I'm saying? Not really thinking about it, not, you know, realizing, well, hey, you know what? If I'm gonna spend something, let me spend this and say this. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they don't think about it because let's keep it real. A lot of Black people's self-esteem comes from, you know, very shallow, superficial shit. You know, vanity and stuff like that. You know, we buy. You know, we're very self-conscious and stuff, and so we want to, you know, buy our way to happiness. You know what I'm saying? We want to buy this and buy that, thinking that that's going to make us happy. And then when we still ain't happy after getting those things, you know, you realize that it's much deeper than just having money and materialistic things, you know. in order to be truly happy with the money and with the materialism, you have to be happy originally from within. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, because trust me, there's plenty of rich people out here that are depressed, that are, you see them, you look like they living their best life, look like, everything's going well with them because they got money. It might be driving a nice car, have a nice house, might have a business, but deep down inside, they got a whole bunch of issues, emotionally, mentally and spiritually that they haven't addressed or haven't come to terms with. And the money is just kind of temporarily putting a band-aid on the pain, but it's not going to fully heal it. You know what I'm saying? And so, money's not. I mean, look, money will get you financial freedom, but it won't give you mental or spiritually or emotional freedom. You know what I'm saying? You still have to do other things to get to that type of freedom.
And another thing is the mentality, your mentality. Like King Vine, he got all this money. He was showing off on a DJ Academic show, saying, "Oh, this little money ain't nothing, man. I'm getting millions in it." But you still want to live that lifestyle. I would never understand that why you still want to go back, act like you in the gang, all this shit. But you got all this money, you could take your family out the hood, you could live a better life. But for some reason, they got to show that they are really street dudes. Like I just want to, I don't understand it. I mean, I come from the same neighborhood, whatever, same place of, all that street culture,
You,
but I had to get away from it. I had to.
yeah, but you know what,
There's nothing.
Brandon, is their loyalty is to that gang, man. Even they love a lot of those guys love
Well,
those
get them out the
gangs more than
gang.
they love
But
their
this what you
own
do:
family.
get them out, and do start a business on some other, something legal. Get some legal
You would
money.
think,
Clean it.
yeah, you would think,
Yeah,
but a lot
you
of
know
them,
what I'm saying?
yep, but a lot of them love those gangs more than their own family because a lot of the family don't have any love for them. So a lot of those gangs show them at least fake love, more than what more than what their family shows them. So they feel like they're
And
actually in the family with those gang members.
it's like some of them just don't want to do something that don't make them so comfortable. Like they so
Right.
comfortable doing that same stuff. They're in the streets all day smoking weed. They just don't want to
Mm-hmm.
see better things like buying houses, selling houses, doing something better. They just want to still live that struggle life for some reason. And it's people, it's men and women that's 40 years old still in the project, still want to live off the welfare system. So it's like,
Yeah, I never understood that. I had to go. Like, I was like, this is not what life is supposed to be like. This is too many daily worries for me. Like, why we,
yeah.
I don't get it. I never understood the lack of motivation. Yeah, you can feel downtrodden. Yeah, you can feel like it's hopeless. But if you see hope in younger kids, then why would you like another thing that happens in those impoverished neighborhoods is that the older people like kill. They kill the hope and the motivation in the younger kids. And I
Hmm.
get why, I get all of the different reasons of how that developed. But the thing is, if you want to know why your life ain't getting no better, that's why. We don't
And
look
the
at
pro,
the
I'm sorry to
actual
say this,
consequence of the
I'm sorry
behavior.
to say this. Pro blacks do that too. They'll tell people, "Oh, that's the white man's degree. That's the white man's school. You ain't got no
Right.
business
And if
doing
you
that."
give me one and I can negotiate this degree for money, what you mad about? Like, what difference does it make?
Thank you.
I'm getting
And
this
that's
money.
why
Like, that's
everybody's
why
so.
I don't feel like my money is for all of us, because you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. So now my money is my money. Since you claim that it's so bad for me to get
Yeah,
this money, I'm gonna get this money and I'm gonna keep it. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna taint your life with my money. So don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's real talk. Like if I got an opportunity to help somebody, I'm definitely will. Sister, brother, whatever I could do, most
Right.
definitely. But I'm not finna babysit you. If you want to live that lifestyle, that's on you. Go ahead, man.
Hold on, y'all. Welcome to the panel,
What's
Rashid.
good,
How are
Chingy,
you?
bro? Appreciate you for coming through, man. What's going on?
What's
And one
good,
thing I
Rasheed?
like to do to the one thing I want to start doing for the people that come on the panel, I like to know what got you to come up on the panel. What's the thing that led you to feel like, look, let me click that link
Shoot a
and do
shot
an
with
Man,
experiment?
Topaz.
yeah, basically when
Whatever.
you was talking about, these people in the game doing the same thing and all that, and don't want nothing better, try to get a house or nothing like that. I was like, cause in most cases, a lot of people they ain't taught certain things, and they don't want nothing better for their life.
Right.
I
They can't
mean,
even imagine that it's anything better out there. And if it is, they don't trust it.
yeah, cause in the end, some people, if they get them a nice car, they feel that they rich. You know, like I had a situation with one of my older brothers. He actually is about 40, brother's about 48. And every time me and him get into arguments and we'll talk about certain things, and he always say, "Man, I wasn't supposed to live this long." you know, because that was his mentality growing up in that gang life and, doing what he did. And like I always told him, and he finally snapped one day and caught it. And I told him, I was like, dude, you this old, you know, you're not dead yet. So what are you going to do with your life?
Excuse me, Rashad. Where are you coming from, brother? Where are you coming from?
I'm from Atlanta, but
Okay, from ATL area. Okay, I just
yeah,
wondering.
but with my brother and them, we all grew up on the West Coast, like, you know what I'm saying,
Okay,
New Mexico and Cali. So
okay, got you.
basically, he was in that life over there. So what his thing was, if he made it to 2021, he thought he had something going for himself. And like I said, the biggest thing was he was looking at making it out was just being 21, got a car, you know, and that was it. Cause he felt like anytime after that he was gonna die, cause he was in that street life, banging and all that. It took him getting locked up to dodge the bullets from everybody else was getting caught up in.
Yep.
That's crazy from the ATL. So, because I was just telling myself, I said, man, I wonder is it going to be a Chiraq versus A-Town beef going to happen? Like, because, King Von got killed out there in your city. Well, I mean, you ain't from there, but in the city you in now.
Yeah.
So, this should be interesting. Like, I
But I
hope
think,
they don't come to that, but you never
yo,
know.
I want to say that the ops are from the Chicago area too, though. I think they would just happen to be in
Oh,
Atlanta.
okay. Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Quando Rondo was from ATL. Am I tripping?
He might be. You might be right. The Rondo
from
was it Rondo
Savannah.
Quando, whatever his name is.
He
Yeah, he
from
might be from the
Savannah.
ATL area.
He from Savannah.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay,
But
gotcha.
that's still the
Yeah, well, it
Georgia
goes
area.
back to what I
It
said.
makes sense.
Chicago versus Atlanta. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, man, you got all the rappers that come to Atlanta, they like it. Just like Boosie, he expressed. When he came to Atlanta, only reason he moved from his town because he's like, you get hated on so much. He said it. People in Atlanta, they show people love. You got a car, other person got a car. Pretty much you could say to a certain
Yeah, they
extent.
eating out there.
You
They
know,
eating out there, most definitely.
yeah, and it's all love. That's why I be telling most guys that rappers. And I was talking with this young guy, and he was saying he don't meet rappers. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm like, Atlanta's the spot. I was like, go to the studio. He's like, well, all right, I'm gonna start going to this studio. I'm like, because the studio that you're going to, you probably don't, get the kind of rappers that you want to vibe with. I was like, go to these studios. These are the biggest studios. These where all the big artists go. You gonna
Hmm.
run into somebody. I say, cause you go in the mall, damn near everybody either trying to spit rhymes or trying to look
Yeah.
a certain way.
Yeah, you go to
So
Lennox Mall.
Which mall we talking about? Linux.
Lennox, hell yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Lennox,
go
but
for
then
it.
you
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
hood mall like Greenbrier too.
Yeah, I know
Greenbrier, that's a
Greenbrier.
good hood
I've been there
mall.
before one time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but with dude in his situation, you know, Atlanta, you don't get to. It's mostly like hood beefs. You might get a little beef with somebody hood busting at each other, you know. And from my understanding, it was supposed to be over a chick or something like that they got into it. But
Yeah. Normally is, isn't it?
Shake my head. It's
whether
always over
even if
a
it
woman,
is a
bro.
chick like that, ain't no dudes in Atlanta. We ain't finna bust over no girl unless you just disrespect us. Now, when them dudes in shot, whatever they do, that's what they do. But down here, we ain't busting over no girl. We busting over you disrespecting us. If we tell you that's my girl, we gonna put hands on you all day. No, the gun only leads to when you get disrespectful. That's when that
Mm,
play come outside and you got to get that work put in. But other than that,
right.
And you
it's
know
just a
what, she?
disrespect thing.
You know what, Sheet? I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because I actually missed them days, bro. I miss the days when you could actually go outside in the front yard and, catch a fade with a nigga or square. You know what I'm saying? I miss them days, you know what I'm saying? Because I tell people this all the time. Whether you
Hey,
win a fight or you lose a fight, you could always come back from a fight. So let's say you lose the fight, right? And I know that's niggas' biggest fear to lose a fight in front of they peoples, they they homeboys, little chicks
Yeah.
they like. But here's the thing: I'd rather get my ass whooped in a fight than to get two in my dome. You feel me? Because when you get two in the dome, ain't no coming back from that. So you
It's
could
a
always
wrap.
you could always come back from the ass whoop and just get get your hands right. You know what I'm saying? Get in shape, and you know what I'm saying. You could always bounce back from that. But like I said, when you got two to your brain, and it's hit the the vital parts of your brain, ain't no coming back. And even if you somehow manage to live, gonna probably more than likely be a vegetable, which you might,
Vegetable. Yep.
you gonna end up wanting to, die anyway, because you don't want to live
let's
no
be honest.
dead
Hey,
vegetable.
let's
Primitive,
fight the fair one. No jump ins. Let the homeboys
yeah,
get into it.
primitive,
That's it.
Yeah. Only
One
time you're doing that is in an
pretty much.
MMA match
One more
or
point that I
boxing
want.
boot.
One more point that I want
one.
to add real quick. One more point I want to add real quick. I'll pass it back to y'all. The part that's really messed up is that even if you try to fight a nigga nowadays, if most niggas can't take their ass whooping like a man and just move on from it. What happened is you whoop a nigga ass, right, and then he want to come back come back and shoot you up with his gun. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of gotta agree with what Pimp C said when he say keep a pistol, fuck a fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like I said, even if you try to give a nigga the fair, won't try to square up with him and catch him.
Whoa, hey, third. I think that's what happened with
Hey,
King Von. He had a fight with old dude, and he got his
Yep.
ass whooped and pulled
And
out this strap, got him.
he up the chrome and got him gone, man. That's how that goes,
That's why a lot of
Look
these.
at Khadijah.
Yeah, you're right. I got that
Brandon
Glock
Hill
on me.
can't
I got
fight.
that Glock.
That's why.
Hey, I'm like Barney 5. I got that Glock with one bullet in it.
That's why.
And I feel like I don't owe you a fair fight because I literally go around minding my business and I don't bother people and I don't start shit with people. So I feel like if you come over bothering me, you deserve to get shot or stabbed or whatever because you are a person that goes out and bothers other people. So I can
Yeah.
see if it was different if I was out there like messing with people and then I got my ass whooped, then okay, fine. But I don't owe you no fair fight because I was minding my business and shooting you gets me back to my business quicker.
Like I said, bro, I'd rather a nigga put hands on me all day than try to shoot me up with bullets, bro. That's just how I
Right.
feel about it. And I'll say this too. The fights I used to get in coming up back in the day, whether I won the fight or I lost the fight, sometimes after a fight, me and that person would go our separate ways. And sometimes after the fight, we might actually be cool afterwards. You know what I'm saying? That's how I used to be, but shit didn't change now. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't what it used to be. But like I said,
You gotta
Street fights are
understand in this
situational
culture.
awareness at this point. Street fights
Yeah.
are situational awareness. You can't take it for granted that somebody's gonna you do like you said, third want to catch just a fair one and it'll be all over. Because a lot of times that's just not what's gonna happen. They're gonna up that chrome and get your ass gone. That's how
See what's
just
gonna
how it
happen. The
is, man.
homeboy's gonna make nigga, you got your ass beat. Nigga, you got your ass
Yep,
whooped. And
exactly.
so you remember that I don't know why he even took this that way, but in that movie Menace Society, that scene when Kane was whooping on Clifford Powell's character, I forgot his
Yeah.
name. But anyways, he was pistol whipping him. So that wasn't no fair fight. The dude had a gun beating his ass with a damn gun and shit. But anyways, he took it to the
Mhm.
point where he gonna snitch on him, send the police the tape and got his ass arrested. But that's just crazy, people just can't take an ass woman and say, I'm gonna come back with a fist, not no gun. I'm gonna get better at the fighting or
But
whatever.
Brandon, here's what I don't understand about what you. I feel what you're saying. You ain't wrong for what you said, but here's what I don't understand about what you just said. So niggas would clown other niggas for getting their ass whooped in a fist fight, right? But I'd rather a nigga
Oh yeah,
clown.
I forgot. Dude was like, "You got your ass beat, nigga. You got your ass." All right, fuck that nigga. Kane gonna go to prison now.
My thing is this though, bro. I'll let a nigga clown me all day if I lose a fight, right? Well, guess what? I still got my life, bro, and I still can
Exactly.
In freedom.
What's a
What
nigga?
my man was saying from the other side, he had something he was saying. Gonna say.
Once
No.
a nigga kill me, bro, that's it. And then guess what? All the thing y'all niggas gonna do is probably wear a t-shirt with my name on it, talking about some RIP. But like Brandon was saying,
Yeah, fuck
like
that.
Brandon was saying earlier, you niggas ain't finna look out for my family. You ain't finna help pay their bills, and you ain't finna do nothing for my peoples, bro, while I'm gone. And I doubt you put any money on my funeral, bro. So it's like, nigga,
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck if you laugh at me because I lost a fight. At least I still got my life, bro. Like hell no.
And you know what else get dudes killed too? Like Khadijah asked me for $60. Guess what I said? I said no. Niggas get mad when you say no. Like, what you mean no, nigga? We supposed to be brothers. We woo. They want to come at me with a gun because I said no.
You best to be coming up with my money or else.
And here's a
Right.
Brandon. Usually when you tell somebody no, that's usually the first time you tell them no. You might have told them 100 times before, yes, 100 times. But the one time that you tell them no, it's like you never said yes to them, never before. That's the
You got
first.
smoke. Now,
They
what's my
forget all
man
about
saying?
the shit you
I want to
helping
make
with.
sure. I want to make sure we
Yeah,
hear
you
his
got a
point.
sheet. Yeah, you got a sheet, bro.
Yeah,
You
but
got it.
now I was gonna say, in most cases, you gotta understand right now, these dudes, like back in the day, we had men in our family, we had our dads, we had uncles. These guys ain't got no men or nobody just in general of that type of caliber raising them. So they don't know how to fight, because back in those days when the crack era came, it took all the men out the community. So these guys grew up with the intent of this coward mentality of picking a gun because you can't fight. And what's the best way to handle something? Is getting a weapon. And a weapon to slow somebody down faster than a knife and than a bat. You know, it was always the bat. Then it went from the bat to the knife, and you
Sticks,
know, still
sticks and
people would get a.
stones.
You know,
Oh,
you can stab somebody with a knife, and they'll still beat you up. You can hit somebody with a bat, and they can come back and still beat you down.
don't
But
forget them
that
brass
gun,
knuckles. You forgot the
yeah,
brass
brass
knuckles.
too. Yeah, but that gun,
Or what they be doing in the
that
East
play you
Coast,
down.
I won't say Khadijah, Kenny Conjo, what they be doing on East Coast with the razor in their
Hey, it's
mouth,
the
under
banger
their
all
tongue.
day. It's the banger all day. It ain't nothing
But
but the
they also
banger
got
with a
that
machete.
razor. They got their, yeah,
They got
that razor on their
yeah,
tongue.
they ox you up too. Yeah, they ox you up with the razor. But it's mostly like you said, it's the heat, man. It's the heat,
Hmm.
or you know, it depends on the Latin dudes. They'll if they want to get that up close and personal violence on you, they'll use your a machete or something and chop you with
My
that.
first
But
time ever seen that was in the movie Above the Rim when Tupac pulled that razor out of his mouth and sliced old dude neck
oh
and
yeah,
shit. That
oh yeah,
was my first time
that's what you
seeing
call
that.
oxing you up with the razor.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I wanted to make a point to what she was saying when he was talking about a lot of these youngsters nowadays not growing up with any kind of male figures in their home, which is facts. People that know this about me. You know, I lost my father at an early age to the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Now he's out now. He's still living, but as far as you know, he had to do some heavy time. When I turned like maybe 6 years old, he had to go away and do a long bid. But you know, I thank God that you know I had my
I
grandfather
got
and
to
I
make
had
sure
my
we ain't brothers because I got the same situation.
yeah. But I thank God every day that I had my grandfather and I had my uncles. You know, because I grew up in kind of one of those homes where, like, you know, we had a big home. You know, I didn't grow up in the projects, and I'm not down nobody who did, but I grew up in the hood. And, you know, my grandparents owned their home in the hood, and they had a big home where, you know, in the backyard they had like a little smaller house where, you know, the rest of you know, my relatives and shit lived, like my aunts and uncles. So it was kind of like we had all one big family living in one home. You know what I'm saying? And so like I said, I thank God that I had, you know, my grandfather and my uncles that was like, you know, being a substitute male figure in my life, you know what I'm saying? You know, when my pops got jammed up and stuff, because you know, they was able to kind of, like I said, fill in that spot or that role, you know what I'm saying? And I thank God that I had them because they kind of taught me how to be a man and how to operate as a man, you know what I'm saying? But you know, sad to say, you know, a lot of these youngsters nowadays they don't have a father figure in the home for whatever reason. A lot of them just don't have no father figures in the home, and you know, when you only getting one point of view from one parent, which is not, you know, more likely your mother, you know what I'm saying? You know, you miss out on certain key masculine things that you need as a man, you know what I'm saying? Because you're only learning one perspective from one side of your family, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of what the problem is, you know what I'm saying? So you know, sad to say, but again, you know, when you aren't being raised by men or a man, you don't have that kind of substitute man figure in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of tend to look at things more from a woman's perspective, and you know, then from a more just well balanced perspective. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's the major issue right there.
And let's keep it a buck, man. A lot of them kids, a lot of them youth, man, they come from homes, even if they do have one parent there, that parent's irresponsible too. They're careless and thinking about other things, not thinking about the
Yeah,
raising of their children. So
yeah,
that's the thing you got to keep in mind.
yeah, they be negligent. They don't be in their kids' life like that, or you know, their kids practically be raising themselves and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, nah, you telling facts, Kenny. You telling
So those gangs are
Especially with
where it's at.
the girls, like they got to raise their siblings, and while mama out there in the streets or whatever she doing,
Being
and
an ain't shit mom,
a
exactly.
lot of girls got to be the mama in the house, just like they say the boys got to be the man in the house. Some little girls got to be the woman in the house, which is sad,
Mm-hmm.
sad situations, man.
Hold
But one more
hold
thing
on,
before we
y'all. I
move
just want
on.
to shout this out. Thanks everybody for the cash apps. We really, really appreciate y'all and the donations and the love and support. And thanks for everybody that shared our stream, because now Robbie Privilege has shared the stream. Rollo Show Channel has shared the stream.
Salute.
So thank y'all so much. We're getting a whole lot of love,
We
and that is
There she
amazing.
is in the
exactly.
chat now.
We
Shout out to
really
Raw B.
appreciate that.
She
No
in the chat
doubt.
now.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Shout out to Robbie.
before we move on, I was gonna say they was trying to blame the police on the whole King Von getting killed. That was crazy to me too. You know, because I saw the video, the surveillance camera before they came out with that. I was like, how the hell? Ain't no police out there killing nobody. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, police do be on some fuck shit, but this situation, now it was a brother that killed another brother. Bottom line, and they try to blame it on 12.
Well, and you know what? And that keeps us from being able to, like, as long as people keep lying and taking opportunities to just get some small, like basically to blame it on the cops, lets people keep doing the things that they do, and it don't show us what's the real problem. What that means is we're gonna keep shooting each other and then be like, oh no, the cops did it. And then while we all focus on the cops, we're not trying to figure out why do we have such hatred towards one another to be wanting to end their life. The problem is we don't see the value in another Black life. And until we get there, we're not going to have unity. We're not going to get nothing accomplished. And like in the next topic, after we finish with this, when we talk about the election, that's what happened. We were looked over. Nobody has to do anything for Black America because we don't do nothing for Black America. So go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry. I just
I
want
was
to.
gonna say this too, Topaz. Like, let me ask you something. So, what's that brother name that got killed by the police in Philly? What's his name? Wall or something?
Oh, the one that just got. Oh man, how come
Yeah, I
we
know
forget
you're
this
talking
guy's
about
name?
that guy's last name.
But anyways,
We just saw it
it
though.
was crazy.
Yeah,
It's
recently.
crazy how we say we don't like the cops, fuck the cops, but we the main ones calling the cops on each other, and then we get mad when they come out here and try to do something, try to break up the situation, and they end up killing the brother. But there was nothing. The man had a knife, so why is everybody mad at the police? Like the woman that was on the phone
Mm-hmm.
saying this dude is he hitting my mama and my daddy and stuff. He was doing something wrong, so I can't feel bad. I'm on the police side. I'm sorry. You
Let
call
me,
me
let me,
pro police or blue lives matters, whatever. It is what it is. I'm on the police side.
let me say this, bro, and fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and go there, bro,
Don't
because
go there. Don't do it.
hey,
Get
man,
out of there.
it's something that need to be talked about, bro. Look, I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna sit up here and be insensitive and act like, you
Walter
know,
Wallace, my bad. Walter Wallace. Shout out Water Sniper.
I'm not gonna sit up here and be insensitive and act like, police brutality on black folks, particularly black men, isn't a thing because it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to definitely give proper respect to
Yes,
that.
sir.
And but at the same time, let's just keep a buck, man. When you're growing up in the hood, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, black folks kill other black folks more than, other people. Cause I'm gonna just be real with you. I'm from the south side of Houston, man. And I can tell you like this. I rarely see white folks coming to my neighborhood, it's particularly the police, unless they was coming to investigate a crime or something like that. But for the most part, they don't just be in the hood unless they have a reason to be, in the hood or in the neighborhood to, investigate a
Hmm.
crime or whatnot. So for the most part, if it ain't nothing going on in the hood, if it ain't no drama, no beef, you ain't gonna see them around. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But if it's some bullshit going down, some bullets flying and people getting hurt or murdered or whatnot, then yeah, you're gonna see them there because that's their job. You know what I'm saying? And I say this, again, the people that I've seen, or that that I know of that got, murked in the streets and stuff like that, they got murked by somebody that looked just like them, not by no white man, not by no Asian, Hispanic man, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So again, we got to stop acting like, we got to stop turning a blind eye to when we, do our people a certain way just because it's us. But when other people do something to us, we like, oh, we want to get all mad about it. Nah, we got to clean out our own motherfucking closet first. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with
Yeah.
our own internal problems and issues before we can even address anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because if we
Yes.
don't, then hey, it's gonna be more or less, more the same. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it.
But
Yeah.
but when
That's
you say that, they saying you giving the police an excuse to kill us, though. When you say that,
yeah.
you're
But in
justifying the
most ca-
death of non-blacks killing us because you bring up the fact that we killing each other more than other people are killing us.
in one case, like the reason why they was looking at the police for that issue, because you got to understand, in certain areas like in Atlanta, they were notorious for having bad squads of police that just did vicious crimes, and just because they were police, they got off the hook. Like if you actually from Atlanta, you know about the Red Dog Squad.
Yeah, I was about
These
to say that. She speak on. I've heard about these so-called police gangs like the Red Dogs and stuff like that. Like, speak on that more, because I've heard about that and I don't really know too much except for what I've the surface shit that I've heard. But yeah, speak on that, bro.
Now, pretty much these were like military tactic guys. These guys were either in the military or had some type of branch to the point where they took their job literally as like anybody on the street was enemy of the state. They would come with brute force, no kind of remorse. They don't had it to where they don't sit there chase. I'm talking about these guys. Damn near you look at them as ex football players. I done seen a police run down a guy from almost a quarter down the street. He look him in the eye. By the time the guy get a head start trying to run, this police is like a racehorse. It's up on this guy, tackling him down, knock him over. He might slam the dude in the bust his teeth out. He don't care. His thing was he got the arrest. He got this criminal off the street, and basically, like they were literally like like an FBI agents almost. They would come with no regards. Whatever they did to you, you deserved it. And that's how they had to dismantle the squad. But the thing of it was, they shut down a lot of the crime in Atlanta, but at what cost? I had a friend, his dad was one. And when they shut them down, a lot of them guys took like them small jobs just to try to blend in, but they still had those wild urges. Like those guys needed like psych help because every day you come there and your whole intent was to cause brute forces. It was like fun to them. So that's why every time when you have a situation where police, in some cases like in Atlanta, they want to try to see if these police had a hand in it. Especially because of the times right now, they want to make sure the accountability for the police is very low. Like they had literally nothing to do with it because like we say, they're pointing the finger at them a lot. And I was gonna talk on the other topic about the presidency when you guys ready for that.
Okay. Well, it just depends. I think for me, the bottom line is that while I am not happy and excited that we lost another young life, right? I don't want this stream to be taken as such. But what I am saying is it was unnecessary because had everybody older than him and the people around it, like as a culture, there's so much we can do to stop that from happening if we don't like it. Yep. So there's a lot we can do. There's a whole lot of stuff that we should be doing, that we need to be doing, that will prevent all of that. But every time I talk about it, everybody act like, oh, it's so much work, it's not fun, that kind of thing. So like this kind of thing is gonna keep happening, and we're gonna keep bringing it up. And I'm over it. I'm ready for our culture to be doing something different now.
Right.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. That's a nice way to put it. That's a nice way to put it, Topaz. But one less nigga. But anyways, go ahead, Ken.
No, I was just going to basically say, but it definitely starts within the family structure, within their own bloodlines. If they're not doing it, yes, there are people that could try to help the person out or help these people out that's in the neighborhoods. But it's mostly going to depend. It's mostly going to be the onus is going to be mostly on the family members. People that are actually directly linked to these people. And friends, of course. And then, of course, the educational system. But if they don't have that, then everything else is going to fail.
Facts. I guess we could move on to the next topic about what the brother just said, the presidential election. What's going on with that? I guess you guys got a new president. That's y'all president, ain't mine. Shout out to Trump, though.
No, whatever. See, because Trump was everybody's president, and so now it's Biden. We all make this decision together. We got to all take it. So, Brendan, come on right back on over here and stop trying to be separate out.
I want to also
y'all didn't tell Willie D that. Y'all don't tell Willie D that. But I'm gonna be on mute.
Whatever.
I want to also talk on the issue.
So, what do you think about us having a new president, Biden, President-elect Biden, the 46th president, all of the nice things that we're supposed to say? So, what's your opinion? How do you feel about this?
All right, let me get one moment.
Well, it is what it is at this point. Basically, just stay tuned as far as policies that are implemented, and that'll tell you if that person was the right person for the job. Watch carefully the policies that are being implemented and how that affects your pockets, your particular areas where you're living, your taxes, all of these type of things. This is your living conditions. Basically, this is going to determine whether this candidate that won was the right person for the job. And of course, your local politicians stay on their asses too.
Hey, what your president say? He said he vows to pass the LGBTQ rights legislations in the first 100 days. So,
hey, Brandon,
you know why?
bro. Get out of
money
here.
And lobbying. That's unity. That's what I'm saying. A lot of Black people that are gay or identify with alternative lifestyles say that they place that first because they get more stuff for having an alternative lifestyle than they do for being Black. And we don't have the unity. We don't have even though we like accept everybody. But the LGBT community, like, they don't accept every single body. That's the whole point. And they're getting vindication for what they view as discrimination against them and everything. They're doing what we should have been doing first, and then it wouldn't even be a big deal. I think that had Black people still stayed on America's ass and kept fighting for our civil rights and more things that we needed, that the LGBT community wouldn't have had time to be lobbying for all of this kind of stuff, because everybody would have been within their specific race, getting what they needed based on their culture. So now the fact that we didn't do it means that they got space and time and opportunity, and now a motive. So I'm not blaming us, but what I am saying is us.
I am. We're too lazy. We're too lazy as a group of people. We're too lazy to do anything that's gonna.
Oh, Kenny, get out of there, man.
Yeah, man. I gotta be honest. We're just too lazy. That's just it.
Hey, you got it, She. I'll get it after you. You got it, She. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. One, I want to touch back on that issue of the boy that got killed. The situation with that is kind of funny because the guy was, I think they say, he was mentally ill, and you know, police.
The guy that shot him?
No, the actual cop.
Oh,
that,
you talking about the Philly incident?
Yeah, the Philly kid. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You had me.
With that situation, you got to understand. You know, police have a bad times. You know, when they deal with those type of issues, they don't have procedures in line. I mean, they had a situation where the one mental kid got shot. His I guess his caretaker got shot because he was calming the kid down, and due to the fact that he wasn't applying to the police demand, the police shot him, and he had his hands in the air, laid down, and was like, "Dude, you shot me."
Oh yeah,
like,
I remember that.
You know, having mental issues. You know, even though the kid had a knife, the parents and everything, they told the police the issues. They told them to come prepared. You know, the riot shields, pepper spray, tasers. Every time is always the point where you pick up a gun. That's why a lot of people are holding the police accountable for that. Otherwise, you shouldn't have none of those equipments when you go to these situations. Just bring your gun out so that we know you're gonna kill somebody. That's how.
Here's the thing I have to understand. I have to ask. If they knew the dude was mentally ill, why is he able to get close to a knife in the first place? Why are they not watching this person?
Why do young kids burn themselves over the stove?
I think the guy had autism. So what that means is, like, you never know what they have or what they, you know, like the whole point of autism is that they retreat. Yeah, they retreat within their own world. So you can't
ever. This is why they should be monitored better. This is why they should be monitored.
Oh,
but every person that has autism does not need that type of close monitoring. This might have been the first time that person did that. So the thing is, autism is a widely varied, like, basically the parents would have had no way of knowing, because these children, these people, adults even that have autism, don't show outward signs like we do.
Got it.
So you know, like, they
better than I would.
Well, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's because I think I remember that story, and I think that the problem was that his therapist had ended up showing up to the location while the police had guns drawn on him, and the therapist got him to sit down and hold his hands up, and then the cops shot him. So he was not a danger to the cops at that moment. That the therapist actually came in and resolved the danger part, and then the cops still shot him anyway.
Oh, by the way, Walter Sniper said he was beating his mother. He was beating his mother and father. Walter Waters.
Well, yeah,
so there's an indicator right there.
Every person with autism has that as a symptom, but that does happen sometimes. But it's in frustration. But go ahead.
I'm just saying, why? If you knew this, why call the police? Why they didn't get somebody else, brothers, uncles, somebody to
strain his ass
or something?
Right, and that's what normally happens. I don't know how the police got called in the first place. Like, I never heard that part of the story. Is so, like, most of the time they either call the person's therapist that can come out and, like, know how to calm them down, or either they get family members to do it. So that's the problem, is I don't know how the police got involved anyway.
Well, basically, it all starts with them neighbors and stuff like that. You know, like, you got nosy neighbors. You know, they don't know what's going on, so they're trying to help.
No, it was a family member that called too.
Hey, let me say this real quick. Getting back to the whole presidential election thing, let me say this. I mean, at this point, it is what it is. You know, Trump lost. You know, and look, I'll say this. I'm not saying people shouldn't vote either way. You know, that whenever, you know, way you want to go, that's your business, you know, just as long. I think the problem with a lot of black folks is we vote based on the popularity of a president and based on who that person is, instead of actually voting who has the best interest for people or the best, you know, policies for people. And that's where I think we suffer. Hold on, brother. Hold on. I got it. And my thing is this, you know, vote for whatever for the best policies for yourself and for your family. You know what I'm saying? And for the people that you want to see, do well like yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's number one. Number two, I want to say this. At the end of the day, me personally, I don't care for either party. To be honest with you, I'm more, of the mindset of like a libertarian person. But I will say this: at the end of the day, I think that the thing about it is that I think a lot of people place too much emphasis on the national national president election versus, like Kenny was saying earlier, you don't, black folks, just people in general, we don't put enough emphasis on our, local politics. You know what I'm saying? Our local, government and stuff like that. Our local politicians and whatnot. And I think that's where we fall short at because, to be truthfully honest with you guys, your local politicians affect you more than
Robbie, your camera.
what's going on, Robbie. But
Robbie,
yeah, what's going on? But
what's up? What's goody?
like I was saying, your local politicians, we they affect your everyday life more than the actual president of the United States. And I think if people would understand that concept more and actually meet up with their local politicians instead of acting like they don't exist, I think we would get more things done in our community. But you got it, Robbie.
I can't stay on too long, but I just wanted to pop up here and show some support. I think you guys are doing a great job.
Shout out.
Yes, and I think
Respect.
And all the support that you've given too.
Oh, thank you. I do
Yeah,
what I can.
we definitely appreciate you, Robbie.
Thank you. I do what I can. But I'm confused why everybody is so happy about these election results. I'm confused as to why everybody's acting like Donald Trump hasn't done anything for the country.
Right. Get out of there.
Hey, that's good though. She's bringing up something. I like that. Go ahead, Rob.
Because hold on a second. Okay, please go ahead and thumbs down. You give him a thumbs down. All right, but mommy's talking. Can you hold that thought for just?
Vote for Joe Biden.
Okay, that's not the person, but I appreciate your input.
Oh yeah, he's from New York too, so Rob B with him. That's messing. Go ahead,
That's
Robbie.
right. That's right. No, for sure.
New York.
My daughter's like thumbs down for Trump, Joe Biden. Vote for Joe Biden. That's funny. Kids in politics already. She's 7, but
But you gotta start them young.
That's right. Trump got rid of a lot of sex trafficking. He busted up a lot of those sex tunnels. He is actually the reason why Epstein got exposed and Epstein Island was shut down. Has he been a perfect president? No, we've never had a perfect president. But what we do know for sure is while everybody's running around talking about what president didn't do anything for Black people, no president except for Abraham Lincoln and JFK really did anything specifically for the African American community. And Joe Biden has called Black people super predators, and Kamala Harris has said she's not doing anything specific for African American people. So if they don't live up to their campaign promises and they don't do anything for African American people, or no, give him a regular cup. He doesn't like that cup. Hold on one second.
Let me say this.
Somebody going in over there.
You got it, Robbie. You got it.
Yes, my child is always doing the most. But if they don't live up to their campaign promises and they don't do anything for African American people in the next president election, will we all still be voting blue just because that's tradition?
Yeah. A lot of us Black folks, a lot of us vote. A lot of us don't even know why we vote a certain way. And what it truthfully, honestly is that we vote a certain way because our parents or our family vote a certain way, not realizing that, when you just vote a certain way because yes, with your parents vote, but you're not actually looking at the fine details and the fine print of what somebody is trying to offer you as a president. That's what hurts you, as a person and just as a people, period. You know what I'm saying? And I think another thing that gets overlooked, like I said, I don't care about either party, but I will say this: people act like or seem to overlook the fact that when Trump was in office, he gave a lot of money out to HBCUs, but that never got mentioned or brought up. You know what I'm saying? And then if we talking the whole Joe Biden thing, I mean, he was the one that was responsible for the crime bill back in the day that got a lot of, brothers locked up in jail. Now, I'm not saying he was responsible because they still did the crime and all that shit. But at the end of the day, why would Black folks vote for a guy that literally made a bill to strictly target Black folks, particularly Black men, and get them high digit numbers to go to jail. You know what I'm saying, or go to prison. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's true. And this is the thing. When Trump was elected, my only problem with Trump was the fact that he did not have a career in politics. And while I get that that might have been, some people would have liked that idea, I personally think that it is necessary for people to know the history of the wars and the alliances and all of that kind of stuff. And so for me, the only thing that he was messing up in his Lord, in his presidency was his relationships with other people, with other countries. You can't go around just like antagonizing people in other countries, saying stuff that is, offensive and disrespectful and stuff. You can't do that. Right now, the things that he did here, I think he did a good job. Right. And he wanted to be president. That's fine. But when it came to him leaving the country, and then he doesn't listen to the experts in the field. There are people that advise him for a reason. And his attitude always has been, before he became the president, was that nobody could tell him what to do. So I just felt like he needed to just be a little bit more humble and like, know that this is your first time. You've done, all of this stuff in business, but you have never been a politician. Like, calm down a little bit. Learn this first for your first term, and then the second term you can act up.
Like Rob B said, no president is perfect, but I gotta say this, he ain't no push around like Obama was. He let everybody run him over. Everybody tell him what to do. Trump wasn't having that. He's like, it's going my way or the highway. And I think we need somebody like that in our
but it gotta be balanced though. Wasn't nobody trying to run Trump over. They was just telling him, like, you can't do this kind of stuff. Like, no, he need to have balance. Yeah, I agree. Don't be a pushover. Absolutely not. But also listen to the people that are in certain positions for a reason. So that's the only thing that I have wrong. Like, I found wrong with his presidency. Like,
you're definitely right about, like, he could have set off wars. He could have started anything with China. You know what I'm saying? With the stuff he be saying. So
other countries didn't take him seriously. That's the only thing that saved us. Because if had they believed the stuff that Trump was saying, somebody would have came over here and definitely bombed us. But like, they didn't, because they didn't take him seriously. So that is a blessing. But I think he just needs to pipe down a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead, y'all. I'm sorry, I just had to jump in.
I will say this one historical thing right quick. There is an historical thing that was just made today with this created. The first lady vice president. Kamala Harris is indeed the first female vice president. So that is some history there. But that's it. That's it.
So Kenny, who want to place
to the feminists?
Who want to place who want to put their money down on the table and place their bets that Joe don't get to make it through the whole presidency and Kamala Harris become the first female president in the United States and black one at that. So who want to put their money down?
Ooh, exactly. That's a good one. That's a good bet, third.
Hey.
But wait,
and then Pelosi is going to be her vice president.
Go ahead, Robbie.
I said, and then Pelosi is going to be her vice president because Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. So then we will have 2 women in the executive branch of office.
Oh, that's over.
It's over for heterosexual men. It's over.
You're not talking about the same Nancy Pelosi that was trolling black folks with the whole dashikis and shit, right? The ones,
Yep.
Yeah, the same one. Yes, the same one.
Oh, no.
Wakanda and everything over there.
Hey, we might have to delve into that a little bit more on another stream. Have to, to come up with ideas and how we think that he might not make it through the, next presidency.
Well, wait, but I think he'll make it through the first 4 years and then get reelected and then do 2 years.
You think so?
Then that way.
I
think he will. I think he'll make it through the first 4 years because he ain't gonna really be doing much. But like, I really do think that he's gonna keep going with all of the stuff that him and Obama wanted to put together. Like, his presidency is already lined out for him. What he's getting ready to do.
Ed said Biden will step down just to make it happen for Kamala.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And don't y'all forget that Kamala Harris was actually running against Joe Biden in the primaries. Now, Joe Biden is 77 years old, and they keep calling him Sleepy Joe because they have this, fear that he's coming down with dementia. But I also heard somewhere, and I'm actually going to look into it, that there's a grand jury inquiry into Joe Biden on his behavior, and I think it has to do with sexual activities.
Oh.
So if he gets indicted for sex crimes, he's not going to be the president anymore.
Oh, yeah, he's done for. You're right.
Yeah. And, hey, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. If the Grim Reaper had flesh on his skin, then guess what? He would look just like Joe Biden.
Wait. Kenny, you messed up, dude. Actually, she's the first black female president,
Oh man,
vice
hey, get
president.
out of there, Brandon.
Black and
Wait.
Native American.
Get out of there. She's
Taylor
not black,
Scott,
man.
Go tell your sisters that she ain't black. Go tell them. Don't
Hey,
tell
in the
us.
words of my boy, words of my boy Kane, get to the chopper.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, this is a black woman. I'm sorry. This is a
But-
black woman.
She is
Go
Indian.
ahead,
You
Kenny, my
know,
bad.
Robbie made a good point with that about the whole sexual crime, if they catch him with that. Because I don't care who you are. Look at all these people with money that got caught in these sex, crimes or whatever, these sex scandals. I mean, you had all these Hollywood producers, you had Bill Cosby. All these people have a lot of money too. That one guy that committed
Yeah.
suicide, that was, you know what I mean? So
But Trump
why would
was telling
Joe
people to grab
Biden be
women
any
by the
different?
crotch.
What
Because
happened?
Trump was telling people to grab women by the crotch, and he stayed the president. They don't think- like, let's
They were
just
doing
be
that before
real.
Trump, though. Hey, they were doing that before Trump
Exactly.
told them to do that, though.
Exactly. That's not something that gets you not the president. Like nobody has ever gotten kicked out or stopped being a president because you took some women that you wasn't supposed to have. No one cares. They don't. As progressive as America says it is, it's not really when it comes to that. So that is not something that will keep him out of the presidency.
Look at Monica Lewinsky.
Hey,
Yeah. Clinton had a whole extra woman just in the White House ready. And then Marilyn Monroe. Come
What
on
is,
now.
what is
that is
Khadijah?
not-
What is Khadijah saying? Something down there, the manosphere. What is she talking about? Man, I'm gonna delete that.
The
What is she
manosphere
talking about?
telling people to grab women by the crotch. I'm not gonna deal with
let me say this.
Neither
What
do they.
Taylor Scott said about Kamala Harris. Hey, man, she's a Nubian queen like my sister Topaz. So,
No, she's not. No, see, first of all,
She's a
Sarah,
queen.
no, all right, because my black is better. No, absolutely not. I'm unambiguously black. And let's just say that there's gonna be a stream about why we gotta accept everything just because somebody put the word black on it. One drop. No, we're not accepting that no more. All right.
She didn't even know that
I
Fife
gotta
Dog was
be-
dead. She didn't even know that Fife Dog was deceased. Talking about that was her favorite rapper. She didn't even know he was deceased. So that right there tells you about her.
Who you say, Kenny?
You remember Fife Dog from Tribe Called
Oh,
Quest?
yeah, sir.
She was claiming that was like her favorite. Like, favorite, that's my rapper.
Wait. She said Tupac was the best rapper alive.
She said she used to listen to him and smoke weed while she was in college. And I mean, she's like 2 decades older than Tupac. So how the heck?
2 decades.
Allegedly,
right,
Taylor
though.
Scott.
She is.
Allegedly, Taylor Scott. Anyways, Kamala's black. Our sisters claim it, so ain't nothing we can do.
This is
Just
why
like
y'all see Brandon trolling me, right? I was minding my business.
allegedly, but anyways, like Megan, what's her name? Megan Markle, whatever that.
Meghan
that
Markle.
chick that Meghan Markle. Yeah, that's another black woman. Come on now, tell
Yeah,
y'all sisters this. I'm just going by what my sisters say,
She did
man.
it for the crown.
Y'all
First
crazy.
black princess looking ass, or queen, whatever y'all want to call it.
I mean, we be cutting up.
But
Look at
it's
water
funny.
sniper. You need
You
2
don't
black
get that
parents.
Indian, if you don't get
That's
that
right.
Indian Chinese girl out of here.
But isn't it crazy how back in
What's
the
that?
day we had to take paper bag tests and people were passing for white, and now the same people that could pass for white are considered black. But us that are actually African American descendants of slavery, born here, raised here, ain't never had nothing, we are looked at in the worst light. And Kamala Harris had the opportunity to do a lot for African American people while she was Attorney General in California, and she did the least. She gave them the stiffest sentencing. So anybody that voted for her thinking that it's going to be a bonanza and you know what I'm saying, we up in here, we moving on up like Georgia Weasley, yeah, that's not going to happen.
She couldn't even find her brother when she was at Howard University. She was at Howard University, didn't find no brother to even be with. So I mean that.
Now listen, I got to be fair now. Now I don't like
Hold on, Brandon. Before you start, let me just say this because I want to build on Robbie's statement, right? So this is the problem with that, though. It's so like nobody wants to be black until there's some benefit. They get to pick and choose and hop sides and fences and whatnot. And so with Kamala Harris, see, black women are so excited to say, "Yay, we got our first black female vice president," or whatever. No, we can't count this one because we want to get an unambiguous one in there that's gonna actually do something for us. Let's not count this one because it's not gonna go on a record for anything that we want to be remembered for. But y'all want to just add her to the list because you're so excited. See, this is the problem with black people not being patient. Wait until we get our actual black female, vice president or president or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you counting this one, then that means now we got to be responsible for everything that she do, and she ain't got no loyalty to us. What if she do some dumb shit in that I don't want to be connected to? Like, let's just wait. Hold on. Wait till we get our real one in
to be
there.
fair, Topaz, we claimed Obama. Obama was the first black president. And we all know he had a white mom and a black dad.
Obama is darker than Kamala Harris.
Well, hold on, Brandon. Hold on. I got.
Oh, the skin tone matter now. Oh,
no,
I got light skinned people in my family.
I need to
and
see
they blacker than
black.
Technically, Brandon.
I need to see nigga when I see you, just like they do.
Did nobody say Obama was mixed? We all say he was black in 2008. But go on. Go ahead, Third.
Hold on. I agree with you on that, but let me say this. Yes, Obama was the first actual black looking president that we've had, but technically, if you really want to be technical about this shit, everybody swore up and down in the 90s that the first black president we had was Bill Clinton.
Oh, get out of there!
Like, come on, man.
Definitely get out of there with that one.
And he smoke weed, man.
On the Arsenio Hall show too, at that.
Yeah, just because he went on a Arsenio Hall show and played the hell out of the saxophone, had motherfuckers going crazy and all this stuff. So technically, it would be Bill Clinton, but I get what you're saying, Brandon. Let me say this just to go to Topaz's point and go to Brandon's point. Shout out to the great Paul Mooney. To quote him, he said this. He said, "Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga." So shout out to Paul Mooney on that.
Right.
Yeah, I like Paul Mooney.
And Joe Biden pulled the same move that Bill Clinton did, because what did he do? He went and he sat up with Cardi B right after she released WAP, biggest song in the country, and that secured a major portion of the black vote. But what I want Democrats to remember too is he used WAP and get your booty to the polls
don't
to get the vote.
Everybody get.
You know how embarrassing that is?
I'm from Atlanta, and everybody that strip club culture, man, they just used it to. It was crazy.
Yeah, but it goes to show you how easily persuaded black people are to do stuff. You know what I mean? This kind of stuff.
And here's the most disrespectful part about that. You would think, get me wrong, I'm not big on these celebrities being spokesperson for these politicians and whatnot. Now I get why they do it, but I'm not big on it. But you would think that instead of getting somebody like a Cardi B, they would get actually like an actual black woman, with a certain type of skin tone. But they get Cardi B, and this is the same chick they said on the damn TV show. I think it was Love and Hip Hop or some shit. She said something about dark-skinned black women looking like burnt roaches or something like that. And what's crazy is that, hey, sister, still to this day, be bumping Cardi B listening to her. But I'm gonna get out of there though, bro. I'm gonna go.
Hey, at least Donald Trump. I don't like Lil Wayne like that, but Lil Wayne's a black man, so I'm salute to Trump. And he talked to Ice Cube and all that, so I don't know why we didn't vote for Trump, but it is what it is.
And how many people that were African American did he give clemency to and get them out of jail? Something that no other president in history has done.
It was a brother gave out his testimony. He said, Trump got me out. So, thank you, Donald Trump, for getting me out of prison. I get to be with my family. He was with his son, so that was a beautiful thing. But I guess we overlooked it.
And the lady that was running for she was
the one that was involved in Tommy Sotomayor, the one that was that one.
Get out of there, Kenny. You didn't have to say that.
I'm just saying. Or at least he accused her of that.
You could have said the lady that was on Breakfast Club.
that one.
You know what? I ain't gonna even get that to you with you. That's the conversation for another day. But nah, y'all talking about Angela Stanton, the chick that was supposed to be running for, I think, what was
put a name on it. Put a name on it. Yeah, her.
She was supposed to be running in Georgia. She was supposed to be running in Georgia. So I think she's from Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
she's from yep.
Yeah, and matter of fact, she the one I think they went on the Breakfast Club and had DJ Envy, Charlamagne, and Angela Yee all in their feelings and stuff because she was roasting them. But then she took a big L for that Tommy thing, bro. So yeah, Kenny, you ain't shit for that. But yeah, that's true. So.
Okay, so this is
he mentioned it.
Angela Stanton lost real bad too in Georgia. She lost real bad.
Yep.
To Nikema
and that's what I was getting ready to say too, Water Sniper. But go ahead, Robbie. You're right. Finish that because I'm gonna talk about what Water Sniper is saying right now too.
Okay, yes, and I'm sorry. I'm over here trying to navigate the kids and y'all, so I apologize if it sounds like I'm cutting anybody off. Thank you. I was saying that she lost really badly to Nikema Williams. So shout out to that African-American sister for ascertaining that seat in the House. But she won by 85%. Angela Stanton only got 15% of the vote. That's horrible, because all that press that she got on social media, even while dealing with Tommy Sotomayor, should have got her a bigger vote than that.
But look what she did with that press, though. She turned it into a sex scandal because, like, deep down inside, that's just always her attitude, right? She went to prison and said she changed her life, but came out and did the same dumb, goofy shit that she probably got locked up for. So, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm glad that Atlanta picked the other black woman that wasn't doing all of that nonsense.
On the next episode,
I agree with that.
Politics. Did Angela Stanton fuck up by sleeping with Tommy? Find out on the next episode. Looking at.
Wait a minute, she didn't even
But
get
she
to
didn't
sleep
sleep with him.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking around. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Look at the lady. She didn't even sleep with her.
In the end, most of those people, they stuck to the
When
issue.
you do the most for the D and don't even get the D, like, you need to then just have all the seats in your nearest stadium.
The crazy
on a
part is
non-game
she's married. You know, in Atlanta, not to say everybody do this, but they do the swinging and the swinging couples. So ain't no telling if the husband's okay with it. You never know.
Yeah, you can't talk about
Don't
that.
get out of there, man.
That's some secret, low key stuff. You gotta keep that a secret, bro. They don't like it when you be talking about.
Nah, they ain't in Atlanta, man. Yeah, that's some South Fulton and stuff. You gotta go on the outskirts of Atlanta. That's where they do that at, man.
Hell no.
They do that everywhere. They don't just do that in Atlanta. You got a whole bunch of people all over the world that's married and think it's okay to be dipping it and doing it and spreading it wide and having kids everywhere.
Robbie, get out of there.
Yeah, let me get on out of there. Let me back out of it.
Get out of there, South City.
That negates marriage, in my opinion. That is not what marriage is supposed to be.
So are we saying that show that they used to have on? I don't know if they still have it on or not, but are we saying that show that used to be on TV called Wife Swap, that shit actually happens in real life, that it's not just a TV show?
Oh yeah, they got swingers clubs and all type of stuff. They got a whole cuckold culture and all of that. People are disgusting.
With they all let me swap out my wife for your wife for a week looking ass. You can have my wife for a week, I had yours for a week.
Yeah, I never understood that show because I was like, listen, what are you trying to say? Because if I go out here, I'm not coming back. What's the point of this? That just don't make no damn sense.
Let's trade yams. Let's trade my yams for your yams.
You get my wife wop, I get your wife wop. What's up?
Exactly. That's because people be pimping their wives, man. They ain't marrying women. They love their marrying hoes.
Especially right now, this COVID, they need the extra money. You know, a lot of people losing jobs, so it's time to stop pimping wives.
You know what, man?
Hell no.
That's what you just said right there, Rob B. The whole niggas marrying hoes. That's a whole nother topic within itself. I see that happening today more than ever. Now, I will say that I don't think a majority of men are married to hoes, but I do think it's a lot of niggas that do be marrying hoes on the low end, and then they wonder why when the shit don't work out, you know, they be looking, you know, they be mad and, you know, looking stupid. But it's like, well, why would you marry a hoe? Like,
well, to be.
Bruh, but come on now. They know they marrying hoes because they be treating them like hoes in the relationship. Oh, baby, I need a PlayStation 5. Oh, baby, I need some new kicks. Oh, baby, I need you to pay for this. Oh, baby, I need you to pay for that. These dudes be marrying women that are easily manipulated. And they got the idea from Indecent Proposal. Indecent Proposal set the stage for what's going on right now.
Lies, Taylor.
Yeah, a lot of dudes okay with their wives being on OnlyFans.com too, making money on that.
But see,
they
people
trying to get to that money, man.
Exactly. And if you marry a woman because she'll go out there and sell her body for the money when we in hard times, right, and you got to understand that sometimes she gonna give her body when y'all ain't in hard times. So that's just the mindset of the type of way you want a woman that's cool with certain things, then you can't be mad when she do certain things. So you know, just
like you know, all the brothers on here, we all got square mentalities. We ain't on that pimp stuff, but a dude that's on that stuff, that grimy lifestyle, he down for it. He don't care what his woman do to get that bag.
Now, Ed, don't come over here.
Get out of there, get out of there. Get out of there.
Listen,
trolling, man. You can't take Ed a troll, bro.
I do not promote.
I guess I be the only one that agree with Ed. I'm the only one that agree with him.
Get out of there, bro.
Nah, Brandon, get up out of here, bro.
Women who are thinking like that. Anyway, so you're not gonna find none of them over here, Ed. Just so you know, all right? Because they're gonna get mad at me and storm off, and I ain't gonna care.
So back to this election. Is anybody gonna watch this victory speech? Is anyone gonna watch this?
Hell no. Hell no.
Well, you know what?
That was a quick answer.
Obama was the only one I watched. I ain't watching nobody else. Even though I like
I
Trump,
ain't
I
even
wouldn't
watch
watch his
either.
neither.
Facts, Brandon.
I didn't watch it.
Facts.
I
Go
didn't
for it.
watch none of them. When it came down
Yep.
to it, everybody was asking me, did I watch the debates? I didn't watch none of the debates. But the thing of it is,
I
I want to
did.
say I did vote. I voted for Trump.
I
Okay.
watched the debates for the show, to be
But
honest with you. If it wasn't for the show, I
my
wouldn't do it.
my thing, the reason why I voted for Trump, because like I said, you had a lot of foolish men out here, you know, voting with no purpose. You know, they
Right.
voted
I got
because
you.
of they voted because other people said to vote. You know, a lot of people didn't have no stand in the matter. You know, they don't know what
But
they
but
were voting
but
for.
she, don't you
You know,
realize? Don't you realize that's the majority of black folks that vote? We vote. Like I said, we vote based
yeah,
off of who's the most
Real talk, third.
yeah,
popular
Real
candidate.
talk.
And
yeah, man.
also who the media and our family tells us to vote for. That's why we vote. Like I said, we don't actually look at policies
Policies. Yep.
and none of that type of shit. We just look at, okay, well, who's the most popular person, that's a candidate right now. That I mean, look, I hate to say this. Look, I'm gonna be honest. When I voted for Obama back, when he was voting and stuff like that, when he was, running for presidency, I'm gonna be honest. At that time, I was still kind of, I wasn't fully woke in. I wasn't up on a lot of things, and I voted for him because he was black, number one, but number two, he was the popular guy. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you know what I'm saying? Not really understanding policies or whatnot at the time. But and it is what it is. I think a lot of people that voted for Obama, they voted for him number one because he was black. And we wanted to see a quote unquote first black president. And number two, a lot of people voted for him because he was a popular candidate. And I could say the ladies voted for him because they thought he was good looking.
That's
You know what I'm
whack.
saying?
Shit.
That's
See,
whack.
ZZ had that song wrote before Obama even got
Oh
president.
man, that song I
He
was
had that
bumping that
song
every
ready to
day.
go, man.
I had
He had that
I
one
had
ready
that
to go.
motherfucker bumping every day, man.
Let me say this too. To all the dudes out here, all the people out here that think ain't no such thing as that mouthpiece isn't relevant. Hey, Obama as a president had one of the sharpest mouthpiece ever, and
Yeah.
that's why he was able to slick talk his way into the office. And then when he left, hey, man, it was what it was. So I don't want to hear that mouthpiece isn't real because it is.
Man, the memes with him with the haircut with the three like
Yep. So I guess we're about ready to wrap this up, huh, Topaz?
Yeah, get some closing
yeah,
thoughts
yeah.
in.
Thank y'all for a wonderful 2 hours. We didn't think it was gonna go for 2 hours, but there was a lot to say. So, but join us back here next week, and yeah, we'll finish up. We'll have more things to say. We got some more
We
things that we
appreciate
need y'all to
everybody
know.
for coming through. So Sheed and
Yeah.
Robbie,
Some final thoughts then.
give your final
Yeah,
thoughts.
final
You wanna go
thoughts.
first,
Yeah.
Robbie, you can.
I just want to say, if y'all want to ever invite me, I'm gonna put my email in the private chat so that you can send me. I'll come up and support y'all and hang out with y'all because this was fun. Yeah.
Okay.
As to this presidential race, this whole thing is very interesting. And even though they're calling it for Biden now, we know that this is going to be a fight and it's going to be played out in the Supreme Court over the next couple of months. So I'm waiting to see what the final result is going to be. Donald Trump been tweeting and acting a donkey all day, so he's going to be cursing people out until his head pop off. But God bless the union. I do hope though that they give us that $2,000 a month in backdated because I could use a whole new core. No, I'm just playing.
Man, the math
hear
on
you.
that,
I
they
hear you.
cannot afford that.
We
Why
appreciate
even
you, Robbie.
promise that? That to me pissed me off with Biden because that's a lie. Because you can't do it. You ain't got it.
Yeah.
Y'all know how much money that would be? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. But we definitely appreciate you, Robbie, for coming through and showing
Right.
love.
Thanks, Robbie.
And
No problem.
hopefully
And
we'll see you on the future live streams we do as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
absolutely. And that tax plan that Joe Biden wanted to pass, raising the wealthy people's taxes up to 60%, that ain't going to happen because all them wealthy people is in Congress and the Senate. They ain't going to let that go through.
Right.
That part.
Yeah, he out of his damn mind with that shit. I was like, hell nah, he tripping.
But thank y'all, and I definitely will see y'all again.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Peace, sis.
All
Peace,
right,
sis.
appreciate you. You have a good
Peace.
night. Have a good
You too.
weekend.
You too.
All
Bye-bye.
right, She, you up next, bro. What you got to say, man? Final thoughts.
Appreciate it for letting me come up. I actually been joining on, been listening to you guys more and more. Most of the time I be in the cloud because I be driving, but if I get a chance to come up, I'll do it. And like I say, I donate it to the cause because that's my thing. If I support my interests, anytime I come to a channel, I like what I'm hearing, I go ahead and drop some in the pot. And pretty much like I always say on panels, that men and women need to come together, get understanding, know what we're dealing with, and try to work things out. And that's my final thought.
Appreciate you, brother. And he's right.
Right.
We
Absolutely.
got Brandon go third. I'll go
Yeah,
last
yeah,
out of all y'all.
yeah.
Okay.
Salute to everybody coming through, man. Like we said, man, we ain't gonna stop now. We still gonna continue doing shows, man. We here. We just gotta come up with a name. We will soon. Salute to
Right.
everybody. I'm out.
Chaos, you late, brother. You late. Too late, bro. You're too
Chaos,
late.
what is
Come
happening?
on,
Chaos,
Chaos,
Rain
bro.
in the building,
Chaos,
man.
you do
Come
this
on,
all
man.
the time.
Let me drop the link
You
for my
got to
nigga,
hit.
man. I'm finna drop the link for my nigga, man.
Hey,
Listen,
hey,
you know it's a cutoff at least
yeah.
20 minutes before the stream end. Chaos only do that when we say the stream about to end, and then he say drop the link.
CP time, bro. Too late.
You always show up to the party late, man. You always show
And
up
you
to
know
the
why
party
we're
late.
doing this, Chaos? Because we care. We want you to learn to be on time next time.
Yeah, bro. We've been on here for a little bit, bro. You done missed a lot of
Everybody gonna go home. Ain't nobody like no.
Khadijah and Taylor love
Khadijah-
your voice, my nigga. They love your voice, dog. They love you, Chaos.
Yeah, but she thirsting for you. She wants you to turn on that camera, bro. She want to see if you still walking around the loop somewhere.
y'all ain't shit, boy. Y'all ain't shit. Let me tell y'all.
But look,
But let me say this, once again, shout out to everybody that came through. All the familiar faces that we normally see. We appreciate y'all for coming through, showing love as always. We do it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely give us the motivation. You know what I'm saying? The energy to come up here and talk certain things. Speak on certain topics or whatnot. We appreciate y'all. We just ask that y'all be patient with us to still continue to move forward with us. Once again, it's nothing personal against, Duke. Shout out to Duke. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we felt like, again, we had to go our own separate way because, there were some things that couldn't be worked out behind the scenes that we tried to work out. And, people just want to see an eye to eye on certain things. And again, from us, it's all about, loyalty and principle. And once, that is, broken or, gone astray, it's kind of hard to kind of amend that or fix that. And again, like I said, it's no beef, no issues. I wish him nothing but the best. We wish him nothing but the best. You know what I'm saying? But we got to go our own way now and do our own thing. And that's what we plan on doing. And, to everybody that's watching us right now, we appreciate y'all for sticking with us. And hopefully we'll see y'all over there on a new channel once we getting everything, figured out. We still ironing and kinking out the details behind the scenes, but we'll definitely keep you posted and let you know what's going on. But again, once again, we appreciate everybody that's, stuck by us. And, we just ask that y'all continue to keep being patient with us and keep, supporting us and showing us love. And once again, we appreciate y'all.
Hey, real quick, can you highlight Joe W's comment? He said, "What about this name? 1/3 quarter talk."
Oh yeah, I mean, I highlight
Joe W.
You ain't shit, bro.
he just wants
You ain't shit, man.
but it's all right.
Oh, man.
It's cool though.
All right, my bad, y'all.
What's going on, JT? What's good, underrated? But you got it, Kenny, though, bro.
Oh, salute JT, man. What's happening?
No, I was gonna let Brandon go first, and then
Oh, he
I'll
did,
go last.
So it's
Topaz.
my turn.
Okay.
So it's my turn. Okay, so just as a recap, I don't know what y'all was all talking about, but sports sounded very interesting and whatnot, but I was over here doing girly stuff. In terms of the King Von death situation, I really feel like that should be our wake up call, just like I felt like a lot of other deaths in the Black community should have been our wake up call. And I remember having this conversation in my real life around 2014 before it just became so apparent. And I feel like that these last couple of years have just been putting it in Black people's face, calling us to be like, when are y'all gonna get it? When are you gonna wake up? Nothing is going to change. You can't just only protest. You got to actually do the real hardcore work and change the thought process, the value systems, what we reward, all that kind of stuff. So we got a lot of work to do, but I just hope that, maybe something is going to happen in this next presidency that's going to bring us to wake up. We didn't get any promises, but oh well. So for me, I feel like maybe that's what needed to happen. I thought maybe, that it was going to happen years ago. It just didn't. So then, and also just in terms of the split, like the fourth quarter talk split, I do wish Duke the best. I just feel like we tried. I want y'all to know that we did all try, right? We tried to keep everything together for y'all. At the end of the day, it just didn't work out. And I want y'all to know that we would not have made this decision if we didn't think it was the best option out of the two. So hopefully
Third and Topaz tried. Shout out to y'all though.
Well, thanks, because I try, I am a sweetheart in real life, but we'll see. Anyway, the point is keep rocking with us. Watch out for the new channel. We definitely gonna let y'all know. And we thank y'all so much for the cash apps, the supports, the coming up on the panel, the sharing the streams, all of the amazing things that you guys did today to make this live stream what it was. So thank you so much. Kenny?
All right. So peace to Big Duke. Like we said, if you need to hear what happened with the situation with us in the fourth quarter, go rewind the video back, or basically just rewind the stream, and also share the stream, so people can hear what's going on with us as far as the situation and just what we're doing in our future moves, endeavors. We truly do appreciate the people that come over and support us. The people that know us from YouTube streets or around these streams and chats, and they continually support us and never let us down as far as what they do, as far as when we do lives and stuff. We do appreciate you. And we look forward to seeing you more in the chats, and also building up our support and having more subs to our new channel. And we definitely look forward to people coming up on the panels and interacting and engaging in the conversations that we have, whether it be tech conversations, whether it be news, recent news, politics, relationships, mental health, all of these type of topics. We definitely want people to engage and interact with each other, men and women alike. And none of this, like Third Ward used to say on the fourth quarter, none of this F stuff, none of this fuckery where people are just coming up here and giving ad hominem attacks on people. So we're not having that on our new channel. We never had it on the fourth quarter talk, and we're not having it on our new channel. So that being said, I hope you all have a good weekend. We appreciate all the cash apps. Thanks to Raw B, Privilege, and Cool Gent, and whoever else, Rollo, for sharing our streams. And definitely give it a thumbs up as you all leave, and definitely have a safe weekend. Peace out. That's it.
All right. See y'all later.
Peace. Blessings be with y'all.
Peace, everybody.